Fantastic, getting ready. Hold the coffee, pour it steady. Phantoms, ghosties, goblins too. Take a seat, have a brew, have some cookies, fill the tank. No white chocolate or walk the plank. The plank is standing by. Drop bears fall from out the sky. Steampunk pictures, chatter start, worlds of wonder, crazy art, ancient stories, modern myths, fakers, false shows always miss. The plank is standing by, drop bears fall from out the sky. Steampunk pictures, chatter start, worlds of wonder, crazy art, ancient stories, modern myths, fakers, fall trolls always miss. Fantastic.
Hey, hang on, just let me put a pretty picture behind. Just that one. There we go. Right, sorry guys. There are probably most definitely going to be interruptions today, so I'll apologise in advance. Been a rough couple of days. Right, okay. Blah blah blah. Whinge moan. How are we doing? Thank you for waiting 10 minutes. I appreciate you. Let's start just before the live. Hello, Raven. I don't know if Raven's still here, but Raven, it's the home thing we were talking about. Bizarre yesterday. Hello, Raven. Rob, good to see you, sweets. Caroline, lovely Caroline. Aussie Cat in the chat. Elisa, how are you? Let's see how long I can go before I get an interruption. Sage Rat, how you doing? We had a lunar eclipse last night. Oh, look at you. We got up about 2:45 AM and checked it out. Oh, awesome. God, it was about 10 years ago. The last thing I saw to do with the moon was we had a blood moon here about 10 years ago. So I actually went to the coast about 3 miles away, a place called Boomer, which one of the rare places in bloody Northumberland you can get to the coast without having to bypass a golf course or a village. And the moon came up massive from the ocean, because that's where it comes up from. Yeah, blood red. It was awesome. Debbie, hey. I don't know if I've seen. I think I've seen a lunar eclipse, but only partial. I don't think we've. The sun is on. Yes, the sun's out here, but it's flaming freezing. That sun needs to turn the thermostat up, I'll tell you. In fact, I was moaning at it yesterday not to bother. Because I was on to stand outside quite a bit yesterday looking out for stuff. Bright sun in the sky and it's like it's freezing. Freezing. We had a red moon tonight. No, Miss Mayhem. The moon was huge last night, but moon colour. I didn't see it until... When did I look out? About 5 o'clock this morning I looked out. I could see it, but it's tiny. Tiny. Hey, Pinky. Need to clean my glasses. Hey, Stu. How you doing? Mike. Oh. Last moon, blood moon, I remember, was the Chisel Tour in 1920 during the fires. I think it was earlier than that for us. I was home, so it was after 2012. I think it was about 10 years ago. I said hello to Little Miss Mayhem. Little Miss Mayhem! Not with it, guys, I'm sorry. Lack of sleep. Sheila! Oh, God. Why isn't that not letting me highlight the chat? There we go. Work to all. I'll be watching us eating breakfast, munch on cereal. I actually made a sausage sandwich this morning. It was amazing. I love sausage sandwiches first thing in the morning. Well, first thing in the morning, it's about 10 o'clock. Pinky, new member. Thank you so much, sweetie. I'm just going to turn that music down a bit. It seems a bit loud. If I can hear it loud, it must be loud for you guys. Crow the chat. Yeah, welcome to the Coffee Crew, Pinky. Good morning, Laura. Hope you're doing good. I hope I haven't missed. If I've missed you, just yell at me. I'm yelling at. Did I say hello to Raven? I think I did. Raven! I think I've got everybody. Somebody's coming at the last minute. Oh, hang on. Am I behind already? Drop Pair Army. Hey, Wendy. How you doing? Sarah's so good at all this. God, yeah, I'm a right professional, me. 10 minutes late. Coffee's not hot enough. Behind the chat already. Move out the way, guys. Super streamers here. Hey, Wayne. Hey, Anne. Just sometimes feel like nice to see you nice. I haven't said that for years. Wendy says she can't keep up. It's right, neither can I. I was late, so thanks for being late. You're welcome. I did it just for you, little Miss May. Hey, just Jane. See, that's how professional I am. I know when to be late to keep the chat happy. Let's use that story. Hey, Vicky. Let's run with that. I feel better about myself. Now back to my soggy cereal. Oh, I can't do soggy cereal. I've got to eat it while there's still some crunch to it. Otherwise, there. Apart from Weetabix. We didn't get it here in the UK. I got to see the end of the eclipse this morning. It was cool. Awesome. Awesome. I missed the planetary alignment. I always miss planetary alignment. I'd just be happy to see the northern fucking lights. I live where we get the northern lights. I've never seen them. Mike says there was a blood moon this morning at 6:30 a.m. Moon did a thing. I was sleeping. I just wasn't paying attention, Raven. Good Sarah. Oh, just bizarrest day yesterday. Traumatic and just long, and didn't get any sleep, and emergency services, and I'm not going to go into the full horrific. It wasn't me or Mum. I'm not going to go into the full horrific services. It's her story, but the most bizarre thing of the whole day, after all the trauma, was I finally got to bed just after 10:30. I managed to mod for most of Crystal's life. I was wiped. I was just sitting lurking, watching for trolls. I've slept for about an hour and I got woken up by a police officer at my bedroom door saying, "We need you to come downstairs." We weren't in trouble, by the way. It was a welfare check, but they were just bizarre. It's not what you expect to see. I mean, you know what I'm like when I've just woken up, because I've done a live stream just as I've woken up. I'm not with it. What? Under arrest. We're being kicked out. They said it was getting warmer. They did, and I swear it's getting colder. I swear a couple of weeks ago it was warmer than this. Sun's out in Nottingham. Going to walk ahead of you. I'll catch up after. No problem, man. That's where I was born. I consider myself Northumbrian because I grew up here from a tiny age, but I was born in Nottingham. I've still got family in Nottinghamshire. That's just reminded me of someone on Big Brother who thought people in different parts of the world saw different moons. I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but that wasn't, what was she called? Jade Goody? That sounds like the sort of thing she'd say. Sarah! I missed the blood moon. I was snoring. God, I really need to catch up on sleep. Actually, that reminds me. Just give me a second, guys. Why isn't my chat moving on me? Where's Stu? Because I saw in another live you had a premiere. So I'm going to just quickly link Stu's channel in the chat. Please show him some love. I'll subscribe. I've clicked subscribe on. I can only check from the names if I'm moderating. So, and neither of the the live I was watching last night, I wasn't moderator for. So, hey, John Boy. Red sauce, Debbie. Red tomato sauce. I can't ever have brown sauce. Ever. Red Bull have a new flavour out called Cherry Sakura. I don't tell me there's a cherry flavour. I've never had Red Bull. I don't do energy drinks, I don't. But, oh, cherry. It's Kelly. Hey. I asked Justin to promote my vid, which I thought was premiering just after his podcast, and I realised I put it for today. I just scrambled to change it. Did he promote it? Because he's always bloody promoting himself. God, Got to go see my sunrise. No problem, Saint Rat. Oh, hang on, I'm about to get interrupted. I think Mum's on hold with the hospital. Hey, Carla. How you doing? Yeah, I'm definitely about to get interrupted. I can hear the music. Hang on, I'm just going to go on mute a minute. Right, back. I'm back. Cramlington Hospital sucks. It's nice and mild down here. It ain't nice and down here. I'm 30 miles away. Not mild here. Bright sunshine, but this house is freezing. Of course, it could be warm outside. I actually haven't been out. Just Jane says, plenty warm enough here in Oz. Woke up to actually it was a police woman standing at the door. The policeman was downstairs. It's like I've entered an alternative dimension. What's going on? Hello, Titus Karen's just finishing Chuck's astrophotography eclipse. Ooh. Hey, Crypt. Who remembers the storm that hit when the Tyne Bridge got struck by lightning and Newcastle got flooded? I was trapped in Newcastle city centre for hours because no transport could get through. It wasn't 2012, was it? It wasn't when we had the supercell. Because I live at the bottom of a hill, and the entire hill was a flowing river. Literally, the entire road was a gushing river. Because it was all coming off the moors. The centre got flooded. And my friend was just south of the Tyne Tunnel, I think, at the time. She was trying to go through it, and she got stuck there for about 2 hours because the road's just... Could have been then. Pretty sunrise today. Coffee and a sunrise. That sounds awesome. Warning to anyone with heart problems, the end of my vid. Wendy subbed, awesome. Stu said when I start the podcast, you'll come on. I'll keep reminding me of that. You said you would no backsies. I might have to do some home revision first. Cranberry sauce on bacon sarnies is surprisingly nice. I'd eat that. From Nottingham, it lived in High Heaton for a while back in... Oh, yeah, it was 2012. Yeah, it was the supercell. That hit the entire northeast. I mean, we were lucky in the house. One, because we're at the bottom of a hill, but also our house has a few steps up to it. If it didn't, it would have come in the house. But yeah, the super sound. I remember because I hadn't been home long because I gave up work because I fell ill in 2012. And I remember looking out the kitchen window, and I came back and lived with my parents to help look after Dad. And I remember looking out the kitchen window, and I said to Dad, "The sky's a funny colour." And he said, "What do you mean it's a funny colour?" I said, "It's green." The sky was literally green. It's like a mustardy green. And then about 30 seconds later, all the water in the world just came down at once and kept going. The only energy drink I'm aware that I've ever drunk, and was when I was a kid, because that's what you did it back then. But you had to get it from the chemist, was Lucozade. I'm not going to go down the energy drinks route, though. You know, I don't like them. You're needing Phil, Sarah, to keep us entertained. Am I not good enough for you, huh? Huh? No, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's useful when I've told her to come back in half an hour. We can't get through to the hospital. Oh, the bloody Cramlington Hospital. If you're in the northeast, try getting through to a ward. There's Rob's channel. Check out the beautiful Orkney. I want Rob on a podcast as well. I don't know if I've told him yet. I just want to talk Orkney. I've got so behind. I think I'm behind, actually. I'm missing live streams, let alone bloody content. I saw crows. I saw videos on crow. I saw... Well, I usually see segs anyway. I saw the last one Seg put out. Seg's live tonight. Because, you know, I don't need to sleep ever. So UK time is 11:30 tonight. I think you're safe. I don't think it's a singing live. I agree about Cramlington. My mum was in there a couple of times, even though we have sort of hospital right here. Yeah, I mean, I got taken into Cramlington for when I couldn't breathe, and I was basically told I use 911. I use 111. By the way, if you're in the UK, use 111. They're fab because they'll sort everything out for you. That's what we did yesterday. But I was basically told I would have to wait 6 hours for an ambulance, or I could get myself there, and I'm 30 miles away. So I paid for a taxi, which was about 70 quid. Yeah, because I couldn't breathe. It's kind of an emergency. And they kicked me out after 3 days because it was the weekend. And the trouble with having an emergency hospital, if you have an emergency hospital in your area, is on Friday nights, it becomes a drunk tank. So they clear the beds. Yay, everyone, pause here. Yay, pause here. How you doing, sweetie? I've never been through the time tunnel. I was obsessed with it when I was a kid too. I used to go through every day because when I lived in Cramlington for a while. It was when I was at the uni, when I was at Sunderland Uni, so I used to go through it every day. There was still just the one back then, though. It would have been easier if it did mean that there was no point in trying to go through either of the rush hours. Even though it's only a half-hour drive, I used to have to leave at about 7 o'clock in the morning just to ensure getting through the tunnel before it really got clogged up. I remember a storm back in the 80s. My aunt's caravan fan got flipped over. Oh no, which wasn't in it. Coffee this morning is amazing, says Mike. I've just run out. Next interruption, I'll put the kettle on. I will, but also if you wanted, I could come up one of your lives to chat all things. That would be good, actually. because if we do that, I can do what I do with those sorts of lives anyway, because I edit them down to as a podcast anyway. So we'll do that. Because I can do that before I've got the computer. I really want to get the paranormal content ranked up on this channel. Once the one I'm doing at the minute, which I keep messing up, Too Good for YouTube one. I'll probably do the photography one next, and then I'm going to dive headlong into the first Chariots of the Gods. Betty, had to get my coffee. Always have to get coffee. There's Raven's channel. Raven! I don't know when she's continuing with Res Evil. She didn't do any for a couple of days unless I've missed it. I liked Lucas. I could never decide whether I liked it or not. I don't know whether it's because it just tasted strange at the time. But you associated it with being ill. It was what you had to drink if you were poorly. Then they used to just sell it, and you could only get it at the chemist. And it was in a glass bottle. Usually had sort of plastic wrap on it. Jolt soda. Jolt soda. That's Jolt soda. Can't even say that. I gave you the sugar shakes. Was it appropriately named? Susan's birthday today, is it? Oh, she comes into the chat. Remind me, and I'll play the birthday song. Lucozade created in the Northeast. That sounds bright. What can we make our kids drink that they won't like when they're poorly? Kathy Lee, hey. Did I miss another bloody Crow live? I saw Booze last. No, Crow was Crow hasn't been live for a couple of days. The last one was the Quickie live, which was, well, he said Quickie live, and I think he was on for 3 hours, 4 days ago. So it's just he's dealing with the I mean his subs are going up and his views are going up because Beardo shouted out the Ghost Theory video. So I think he's probably relaxed for 10 seconds. Could do a podcast someday, Sarah. Do plan on doing the obligatory live stream at some point, so you could come on. No problem. Yeah, I mean, I won't be. I'm not doing a Justin. I'm not doing weekly podcasts or anything. When I do the podcast, this is my plan for the podcast. Especially for those that I've already asked about it, like Rob and Stu and a few others have asked, is I want it to be wrapped around a specific subject. So obviously, when Rob comes on, we can talk about sort of Orkney, and I do have folklore tales from Orkney books. I can gen up a bit, but just talk about Orkney in general. The Stu had talked about doing the archetypes, which I'd quite like that for the podcast, but we can just talk generally about anything, me and Stu. It just comes on alive. But yeah, I want the podcast to be specific topics, because the idea of pre-recording them, one is those, it doesn't matter about time zones, so because there are people who aren't UK that I've asked, and there's never any point in trying to tie Crow down to a time. So pre-recorded, it means they're more relaxed. It's especially more relaxed if people aren't quite so used to doing them. And it also means that because they're on a specific subject, for example, if Rob comes on a podcast, we're talking about Orkney, in the edit, I can add things like pictures and some of Rob's videos and stuff, just for it to be more of a complete stream. That's the idea. And APRF have said they'll do one with me. Hey Wes. Oh, is that where he is? Is he still going? Well, I suppose he was in Durham, wasn't he? I'm always in two minds over these situations because, honestly, I don't care what anybody thinks about me saying this. I'd rather the bastard suffered. It's a bit like, what was the rocker's name? He died recently. Detestable human being. What was his name? Watkins. Is it Watkins? They finally got him. I haven't looked too much into the Jim Carrey. There are theories that it's a makeup artist that's gone for him. I don't see Jim because it looks like, to tell you what he looks like, I've seen the pictures. It looks like a bad facelift job. I just don't see Jim Carrey being somebody who'd do that. Doesn't really need to. He looks fine. So I think it's probably a double. Sarah Tangents would be. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Good tangents are good. Costa do a good millionaire mocha instant hot chocolate. I still got to go and get myself a gingerbread latte. I hope we're still doing them. I've got to go and get some. I've got to go and get a. I've finally booked my review for next week, so I also need my prescription repeating. So treat myself to one when I go there. Cellophane wrap bottle. That was it. Milk and magnesia. Do you know what I used to be given when I felt sick? It was bicarb of soda to make you sick, and I'm frightened of being sick. Oh, terrible. I've been sleeping for 3 days, probably could have blame one. I'm not surprised you've been sleeping for 3 days. What is it? Two live streams of nearly 12 hours, wasn't it? Debbie liked Alka-Seltzer as a kid. I was lurking in Boo's live last night, and I know Crow was in there. I knew he'd go in. As soon as they started talking about spirit boxes, I thought Crow's going to go in. And he did. You can't help but prod. Banana antibiotics. What? You guys had it easy. Need YouTube to get the right subtitles for me. Actually, I have to say that when you're speaking in your videos, it's I mean, I was used as a kid, I was used to the Orcadian accent, but I remember because the couple we used to go and visit every year were kind of an unofficial set of grandparents, like a third set of grandparents, both me and Dad actually. And I had no problem when I was actually in Orkney, but sometimes we always did a phone call at Christmas and stuff, and I've sometimes had to get back into used to hearing Tommy's accent, because the Orcadian accent, the really strong one, it's a bit like the Northumbrian accent in the sense that it's not a guttural accent, it's very soft. So a lot of pronunciation on vowels, that's like Northumbrian. Newcastle accent's very harsh, but the Northumbrian one's very soft. So you kind of have to get used to hearing it again. So I was actually surprised I could actually understand Rob. That's pretty much me. I don't know if it's due to my night neurodivergence when I can't get to sleep. When I do, I don't want to get up. I'm like that, but because policewoman woke me up last night. I'd only had an hour. Don't think I got to sleep again till I was awake for Boo's live, and a little bit after. um, did I hear that Bluebeard is in the house? Bluebeard is in the house. Yeah. Bloody twat. I'm surprised he's lasted as long as he has, to be honest, especially in Durham. Did you know the philosopher? Yeah, why do I know that? No, I didn't know he lived and worked in Newcastle. Worked as a porter in the RVI. Until I actually had to go in a year before last for my breathing, the only other time I'd stayed in hospital, you know, I think I was in there for about a week, was when I was 12 and I got taken in with an appendix that wasn't about to burst, and that was in the RVI. But it was when it was still only in the old bit, and it was like one of these really, it is one of these really old Victorian hospitals, sort of huge ceilings and huge windows. It does have a modern section attached to it now, but yeah, almost 7 hours. One almost 7 hours, the other one 10.5 hours. There you go. And you haven't finished yet. As you know, Stu keeps saying, you're beating Floyd. A lot of people have done more than 9 hours. I've done more than 9 hours. Crow's done more than 9 hours. Used to be more common, back in the day, as Crow would say. I had a yearly checkup at the doctor's today. I have lost about half a stone and a half since I last got weighed. I think I've lost a little bit actually, but probably not for the right reasons. I just haven't been eating properly. I've been snacking, but I'd be a crap pirate number of times I've been planked. Wasn't Bluebeard, or was it Blackbeard? Which is one that used to put like fireworks in his beard to frighten people. I think that was Blackbeard. I can do RVI, Royal Victoria Infirmary. It's a hospital. Lisa, up in Newcastle. Very old hospital. They've got a spanking new modern section to it now, but the main bit and the bit I was in as a kid, it was old Victorian type of hospital you'd see in the Carry On movies. That's what it reminds me of. I could do a few accents, so I've clearly got the Aussie one sus, and I can speak fluent accent. It's terrible. I'm no good at accents. I rib Crow about it, but Big Rob does a good Aussie accent, does he? I'd stay in the RVI with my son when he came down with diabetes. I went for a crap in a tiny kid's toilet, but when I left, I realised it was a full-size one too. Oh, Jimmy's always doing. Jimmy doesn't count. He'd done about 10 this morning, and when it was only when I just woke up, so he was just about to end, I think, when I was looking. And when I first went in, I thought he was asleep. He wasn't moving. I think his eyes were going. He did end it. We all know why pirates wore eye patches. No idea. Don't tell Lisa about the fireworks in the beard thing. I think it was Blackbeard, actually. I think you're safe. Bruce Campbell. No. If it's who I think it is. Yeah, I did. It's very sad. As usual, I heard about it in Children of the Crow, because all Jack Graham does drives me nuts. I've got to admit, it drives me nuts. It's post obituaries and things like that, which is fine, if it's somebody. But half the time, we don't even know who this person is. I think it just pops in his feed, and the first thing he thinks of is, "Oh, it's posted with Children of the Crow." Jimmy stayed alive in spring and it finished in winter. Yeah, started. Yeah. Hurrah, hurrah, James! To accustom one of their eyes to the darkness of the lower decks of the ship. If they're out on deck, they wouldn't be able to see when they went below deck. Oh, that makes sense. Awfully clever. Oh, at the bottom of the chart. I had Jaffas yesterday. I was shocked how small they are. Jaffas. Jaffa cakes. Have you tried the Jaffa cake, the Jaffa donuts? Hell yeah! They do. I don't know if it was a special edition, but they do donuts now. They're awesome. Hey, Pomp. Sponge. Sponge. Time to call this. Jaffa cakes are oranges. I think she means Jaffa cakes. Well, if it's an orange, then, well. Yeah, Jaffa donuts are yummy. Trouble with Jaffa cakes. Found half a packet of Jaffa cakes in my coat pocket. If you know, you know. Trouble with Jaffa cakes is they don't last long. You open a new packet and suddenly they're gone. It's like magic. Oh, yes, I like the cola Jaffa cakes as well. Are they still doing those? They were doing those last year. Everybody's saying hello. No, I never saw the raspberry ones. Jaffa cakes goes in the trash. No! Then you get 9 in the pack. How? No. Oh, Jaffa lollies. Seeing that orange flake. Jaffa cake references from space. Oh, it's been spaced in a long time. Hello, Phil. If I had merch, I'd want a jacket with a pizza pocket. Of course you would. Like those two, can't stand out with flavoured strawberry though. I like flavoured raspberry, but I do not like raspberries. But raspberry flavour, yeah, I do love them. You hate orange flavoured chocolate? Oh, I love it. Terry's chocolate orange. What Terry's? It's mine. Did you finish it? Where was I? I didn't think you'd finished it. I paid attention, honest. Can't so bummed. Miss Kelly's so bummed can't eat Jaffa cake. I'd be bummed if I couldn't eat Jaffa cake. Aussie Cat's got a plushy pick. Here's your Phil, Sarah. I know. Straight in. Oh, Borders. Dark chocolate gingers. Jaffa cake, they're out at the store. They had Maltesers. Maltesers are flaming expensive. Mum keeps asking for them. And I go into Morrison's and it's like, what? They're bloody wrapping them in gold now. Sky, you treasure. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted. If you got a gifted from Sky, please send us some love hearts. Howdy, handsome gent number 1, Phil, says Sheila. Never fear, Green Fairy is here. Bless you. some reason I can crow the chat. I hate orange flavoured chocolate. Jaffa Cakes want orange flavoured chocolate. No, it's orange inside. It's chocolate. It's not flavoured, is it? I like orange flavoured chocolate, but I prefer dark. And there are some Christmases that you can't get the dark orange chocolate ones for love nor money. Cherries. I like the milk ones, but Terry's chocolate is delicious. I've just bought some mini Terry's chocolate orange. Yeah. In chat 5 minutes and immediately hungry. Sorry, well, I didn't start it. I don't know who did, but it wasn't me. Dark chocolate gingers. Yes, Phil. Mind out the gutter. Grow the chat, grow the chat. Borders are the top biscuits. I'm now into the lemon drizzle. Oh, lemon drizzle ones. I mean, they're not cheap Borders, but those dark chocolate ginger cookies are worth it. Oh, biscuits, really. No. They're an affront to Terry's chocolate oranges that they do white chocolate versions. Ugh. Yucky. I don't recognise any of those names. I actually have, thanks to the amazing generosity of people, I've actually got 300. I couldn't work out how to post. I'll have to ask John Boy because he tends to know how to post his milestones. Got 300 members at the moment, so we're probably, for the most part, there's one or two that haven't, but people who we don't recognise the name of. Vanilla cheesecake munchies. Oh, they sound good. But orange plus chocolate, bleh, says Raven. Bleh. Toffee crunch and caramel Terry's chocolate. Oh, it's not a bit sickly. It's the slime lump flavoured orange. I was bringing out orange flavoured versions of chocolate because it's good. All back. I had grocery delivery. We got donuts. I don't have donuts. I actually I'd already booked the taxi before all the chaos started yesterday, so I actually popped up yesterday to go to the supermarket when the taxi came. I actually got in the taxi and I said, can you just keep driving? Just Thelma and Louise this cross. And I did look for the chocolate donuts, but they run out. I was denied. Pinky says, now I want chocolates and donuts. Yeah, there is a white chocolate cherry there. Sunny spring day. It's sunny here, but God, I'm cold. White chocolate Toblerone. No. I used to tap open a cherry's chocolate orange by smacking it off my forehead, but give yourself a concussion. I love Toblerone. I only recently found out that if you squeeze two sections together, that's how you break it. That's how stupid I am. I did not know that's why it was designed that way. I've always, hurt my hands trying to break it. I'm now hungry for yummies. I have no idea how to find near me. I can, however, have donuts delivered. Oh, hell yeah. Get some delivered for me. Sky, thank you for another membership. You are amazing. And I'm amazing because I'm at the bottom of the chat. Alyssa taught me how to open Toblerone. It was only recently I actually found out. Can't remember who'd said it. And I thought, oh, is that what it's for? Is that why it's designed it like that? Got to go into lurking mode. School run awaits. Not a problem. I remembered last night I used to have the strange ability to stick coins in my forehead. Not sure whether it's due to my magnetic personality or sweaty forehead. That's the red dwarf thing, isn't it? Well, they use that. But Lister puts it on his forehead and then takes it away and tells him to keep tapping his head. I know I'm a red dwarf. I can get donuts and chocolates delivered, but not at 4 a.m. I get deliveries, but I can't get them immediately. It's usually next day at the least. Oh no, I'm allergic to chocolate, but I can have white chocolate things, so I think I need to have these white chocolate. See? White chocolate isn't chocolate. There's proof for you right there. Right there. I think that's how I realised I could do it. Yeah, I think it's the first episode of The Red Dwarf. I know. Rob Grant's just died. Sadly. And I didn't post it in Children of the Crap. I nearly did, but I thought I haven't publicly whinged about it, but I actually miss school mornings. Mine's 29 and never goes to school. Oh. I thought Toblerone was a device for cleaning shoes at the door. What? I've never read the books. Your sound just died. Oh no. I've never tried a Krispy Kreme donut. I keep getting them recommended though. I think they're on my list if I make it to the States. I'm determined to screen somebody present. Thank you, Sage Rat, for the gifted membership. You're a treasure. I accept no responsibility for my husband's behaviour while I'm gone. We never told you responsible, Lisa. Ever. All you get is our love and sympathy. I love the books. I never read the book. I might give that a try. I like that they also had a bit more honest, emotional bit in them. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. We don't have Krispy Kreme donuts. Oh, well, we don't here. Because somebody from the south's going to go, I've had Krispy Kreme. I'm eating cereal but want donuts now or pancakes. I always want pancakes but never make them. I've been like that with sausage sandwich all week, and because I made bacon and mushroom sandwich for Mum, so I made myself a sausage sandwich while I was making it. Wayne knows stuff. Move over, Kenny Biddle. Wayne knows nothing. White chocolate is evil. It's not chocolate. I'm 70 miles to the nearest town of any size, 100 miles from a large town. Deliveries take days. My bloody supermarket's at the top of the road. And it's usually the day after, if not sometimes 2 days. I'm one of those sad people that always wanted Lister and Rimmer to get on. They did really, I think. I realised I love Rimmer. I just love that. Chris Barry's awesome anyway, but Rimmer was always my favourite. He for his behaviour, there was something endearing about him. Yeah, I knew that was coming. You can buy Krispy Kreme donuts here, Sarah, but you can't. You can't in the north. But you can't where I am. Hang on. It's like restaurant chains. Well, we don't have that over here. I think I said that about Wendy's. Yes, we do, Sarah. Okay. No, I've never seen Krispy Kreme here. Mind you, the donuts in Morrison's are all made in store, so. Where's the crag troll at today? Did she get banned? No, she's just... What time is it? She might not be working tonight. Or she might be driving. Or she might not be talking to us. This might be a kipper. I'm back for breakfast. Oh, I've had kippers in ages. I love kippers. Oh, actually, do you know what? I haven't checked. Just give me a sec. Oh no, I haven't got. You have. Oh, I do have free memberships. Hang on, I'll send my frees out. Let's see who gets them. Oh, didn't hit anybody. I'll send the other 5 out. I have to remind Crow because it's usually the same time. I don't think he's done his yet. Send 5 now. No, 10 names. 10 names. I don't know at all. I'm sorry, guys. What chocolate is made by mixing extracted cocoa butter with sugar, milk, solids, vanilla, then refining, conching. Tempering the mixture. Unlike dark chocolate, it contains no cocoa solids. There you go. Not chocolate. That's why the books are good, because in a couple of them, one of them dies. Don't worry, they come back, and the other is sad. I might give those a go. Wibbly! Sky gifted a membership. Thank you, Sky. First 2 books were the best. I'll see if I can get those off Kindle. I think I'm a mix of all 4 of the main characters in Red Dwarf. I think that's kind of it's kind of how those little that's kind of how what's the word, ensemble casts work. Is they're often a combination of people. So the idea is you hit the audience so that somebody in the audience, the audience are always going to identify a little bit with at least one of them. All those channels always forget they can do that. I forget to keep up with mine. And like I said, I don't think Crow's done his, and I think ours both come up at the same time, so I'll remind him. I haven't had a girlfriend in 3 million years, but that's only 6 ice ages. I'll have a look, actually. I'll have a look in the cabinets. Sarah, thank you for supporting, Sarah. You're welcome. It's cocoa solids I'm allergic to, which sucks, but these sound. Always wanted to like to. Oh, I love Twixters. Oh, hell. Love Twix. Now I want a Twix. Damn it, I haven't got any. Sky giving another membership. Sky, you're a treasure. Please don't. No. I'm just not recognised. It just goes to show, they're genuine, not quite the same as the ones from the store. Still good, but not as fresh. Twix is the best chocolate bar ever. Certainly one of my favourites. Snickers as well. Give me a Snickers. Drifters, if they're not doing them anymore. The Matrix. I only found out recently that the Bernstein bit, that's not the Matrix, it's what do you call it, Mandela effect, that the Bernstein bit bears thing had been solved. It's not a Mandela effect. It's different publishers. Apparently there was a German publisher that called it Berenstein or Bernstein, whichever way around it is. So there were 2 different versions. Reese's peanut butter eggs. Hell yeah. Reese's Pieces. I'm not so keen on double deckers. I have a friend who loves them. Yeah, Crow. Was it Crow that said it? Oh, damn. Did Crow have knowledge? Are you sure it was Crow that said it? Actually, I think it was. Now you've said that. Trust Crow to know. I had a Mandela effect. Could have sworn I'd read that Lindsay Wagner had died years ago, but no, she's still going. I've had that with 1 or 2 stars. When somebody someone say, "Oh, such and such has died," and you genuinely sit there thinking, "Well, they already had." You're not being horrible. You just have this false memory of. Violet crumble. I've nearly run out of Palmer violets. I'm not happy. I'll have to order some more. I don't know what violet crumble is. It just reminded me of my Palmer violets. I used to love Reese's peanut butter cups, but they have changed something. And now they leave a bad aftertaste in my mouth. Don't like them anymore. Oh no. Ooh, Biscoff. I love the Biscoff stuff. Guys, I've been doing so well with me. Wait, you're not helping. Ooh, crunchies. Oh. Oh, I'm in heaven just thinking about crunchies. I love cinder toffee. Crunchy is more airy. Me likes crunchies, me loves crunchies. Me like crunchies too, Deb. I tell you what else I love, and hell they've got smaller, is Curly Wurlies. They used to be double the size. Violet crumbles are better. Almost bought a violet crumble the other day. Why are they better? Hang on. Violet crumble. Oh, do we have to keep seeing pictures on my feed of bloody Kelly Osbourne? Crumble. Yeah, they look the same. Yeah. They look the same. What's your favourite cereal, Sarah? I alternate between Raisin Bran and Frosted Mini Wheats. I have, it's basically Raisin Bran. It's called Fruit and Fibre, but it's Raisin Bran, and I also add extra sultanas to it. That's my go-to one. I also love Weetabix, but I put a ton of sugar on Weetabix, so I always have Raisin Bran in because I don't put any sugar on that. I never eat cereal in the morning though. Cereal's something I tend to eat if I want to have a quick meal. The Raisin Bran's good for that. Well, I've never heard of Violet Crumbler. They're not down south UK. I think they're Australian. Yeah, Curly Wurlies used to be twice. It used to be a lot longer and a lot thicker. I remember Malibu bars. Ted Shane, IDI. Who do you? I'm thinking of having an English muffin with butter and homemade peach jam and a cup of coffee for breakfast. Yum. Jam. Hang on. Come on. Do you seriously not know? But we mean, this is Crow's fault. This is. Hang on. Where's my beard? One? There it is.
Who ate all the jam? Who ate all the jam? Beardo did, Beardo did, Beardo ate the jam. Blame Beardo, blame Beardo, blame Beardo. Beardo, 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 Beardo.
It's actually blame Crow. Crow swore that Beardo said jam, not jam. Crow still dies on that hill. Towards Krispy Kremes if you find them. Thank you so much, Wendy. I do appreciate you. I will have a look, actually. I don't look in the freezer for that sort of stuff. I love the Bionic Woman. She would have broken every bone. Cocoa Puffs. Never had them. I think you can still get them actually, but I wouldn't eat half of them. I used to love as a kid the little mini boxes you could get. I used to take them on holiday and stuff with you. They were a treat. The same bloody cereal inside them, but violet crumbles are not as sweet as crunchy, and the chocolate on violet crumbles is awful. Sponge has spoken. Oh, thank you. I do love crunchies. As a kid, Twirly Whirlies were my favourite. Love Life cereal. Jams. It was a while ago that whole thing blew up, but it's kept going. Crow hasn't let it go. Texan bars. I haven't seen those in ages. At least his shirts have improved. I missed Sunday stream. I was asleep. Why was I asleep for Sunday stream? Somebody live later on. Parma violets are those small sweets. You mean? I have those in all the time, along with Swizzle Fizzes and Love Hearts. Yum! Yeah, I love Parma violets. I get them from Amazon. I do like the little ones, but they're expensive for what they are. But you can get a big box of tubes of the big ones from Amazon for a good price. So. Jams. Finger. Oh, thanks for the earworm. Debbie always gives me earworms. Finger of fudge is just enough to give your kids a treat. Cinder toffee with chocolate somewhere. Oh yeah, it's basically what countries are, isn't it? Cinder toffee. Angie Dickinson. Hell yeah. Thank you, Sky, for the $3 super sticker. Used to love Parma violets, but stopped eating them in the 90s because they had gelatin in them. I just love them. I also love the fact that a lot of people can't stand them, so I never have to share them. Chomps, Freddos. I think they still do Freddos. I don't know about Chomps. Oh, apparently they make both. Home Bargains does awesome bargains on Parma violets. We haven't got home bargains here. But I'm not complaining at what I pay on Amazon, actually. I did get the small ones, because I do prefer the small ones. But when I looked at the size of the jar that turned up, I thought, it's not worth it. We used to have a cafe here that had doubled up as a sweet shop, and they did it the old-fashioned way. They had the jars at the back that they weighed. And they used to do the little packs of Parma violets, the mini ones, and I used to be able to get loads for a good price from them, but it's more economical to get the big ones from Amazon. I lived right next to a shop as a kid. My mum worked there, and I've had every sweet and chocolate bar going. My sugar tolerance is quite high. Oh no! Did I miss something? I'm sorry. I'm not 100% with it today. I mean, even less than usual. What did you say, darling? I know. I see you. Kathy Lee. It's Kathy Lee. Can't see you, sweetie. Scrolling up. Must have been a while ago. I am so sorry. I do suck. Freddo Ice Drink. It's Victory V's. I don't know if they still do Victory V's. Yeah, Christina Applegate is. Well, she's got it's MS. I can't remember what she's got. Fanta versus UK. They don't. No, they're a different colour. The Fantas. Ice cream cake. The ice cream cake I like is the Swiss roll ones. I can't remember what they're called though. They're not called pot. Oh, well, Arctic roll. They're called. God, they're good. Life cereal is my favourite. I've been hooked on Frosted Flakes. They're great. I don't know Life cereal. Is that real cereal? Frosted Flakes. Yeah, that's what we just call them Frosties. That clip of Seg that Crow shows, they're great, is from our advert, Tony the Tiger. Captain Crunch. I've never had Captain Crunch. I only heard about ice cream cake from the office. You've had Arctic Roll though, surely, Stu. I like the smaller violets too, Sarah, so I should make up a pack mix and also add the violets to the pack for the Ozatron. Oh. Ice cream cake like it. No, Viennetta is all ice cream. It's just I love Viennetta though. God, hell yeah. Swiss roll, Arctic roll. I'm sure they still do it. I must get some actually. It's literally. Let's get a bigger picture of it. So you can see it. Arctic rolls. God, it's good. It's good ice cream and it's good cake. And now I really want some. I love Viennetta as well. So that's Arctic roll. Viennetta. I mean, I love the what do you call it, the vanilla one, but I also Biscoff Viennetta. I also love the mint chocolate chip because I love mint chocolate. Roger, what's a day? Expensive and annoying. I tried to buy a new monitor with a stupid radio button on the retailer's site, got my card blocked. Took all morning to sort. Oh god. Always annoying when something like that happens. It takes way too long than it should to the flame and well sort out. I'm gonna grab a drink. Suddenly very thirsty. Oh, Tony the Tiger was in the States too. Okay. They're great. I put extra sugar on any cereal I eat, drizzle some honey and cinnamon on top. The only cereal I like Rice Krispies as well, but a load of sugar goes on those. So my default cereal is fruit and fibre because I put extra sultanas on it, but I don't put any sugar on it. Yeah, I didn't realise Arctic Roll was an ice cream cake. Yeah. Also a good idea. Hang on. Sorry, days are catching up with me. Uh, my sister and brothers were allowed one of my lollies whenever they asked her, but I never got one. I grew up saying that's the main thing. Dairy cream ice cream cake has this fudge type bottom and crunchy cookie bits, otherwise all ice cream. Safeway does ice cream cakes with actual cake, so good. Yeah, the cake in Arctic Roll is actual cake. Safeway savors cornflakes. No. Oh, I don't. I am very frugal when I'm shopping. I won't buy. I'll always buy cheap things of things that I know I can't. You know, usually cupboard stuff like tin tomatoes and stuff. But there's some things I will not buy the cheap versions of, and cereal's one of them. Ketchup and mayonnaise are the others. Imps. Yes, do actually. I do. Small black pellet mints. I've stopped eating mints, and I love mints. I'll eat mint flavoured stuff, but because I can't breathe. I actually stop, especially the mint imperials. I literally stop breathing. I'll do an Arctic roll when you fall down a nice cup. There you go. There you go. Mojos. They sound familiar. Oh yeah, I'd forgotten that was still on the screen. Second favourite seg clip. It's the first one. Anyone see the ground? Also, Don't Stop Believing, one of mine. Hang on, that's my favourite seg clip. Where is he? He's hiding. Hang on.
Don't stop believing.
Although Crow was talking about, he has clipped the tree bumping incident. He was going to put the saxophone music behind it, I think. Hey, Lycan. We ought to try Dairy Queen. I just keep getting names of foods and restaurants that people keep adding to the list. If I do make it over to the States, it's going to be a food tour. It's not going to be a paranormal tour at all. Hang on, I've lost something. What's my bag? I'm going mad. Oh, I'll have a quick intermission in a minute. Crumpet resupply has commenced. Awesome. There's something about the vanilla ice cream in Arctic rolls, though. It's yummy. What were the shredded wheat with frosting? Oh, I used to like Shreddies, but they're not the ones you're talking about. They were the brown ones. I did used to like Shreddies. I don't know if they still do Shreddies. Oh, I like Mr. Whippy. Strawberry shortcake. Mints are supposed to be good for your suggestion, wasn't sure. They hadn't. It's just the mint imperials. I think it's because they're quite strong. They're quite a strong flavour. And what's happened to me a couple of times, because I made the mistake of still eating them after it happened the first time, by the way, was I was literally munching on them because I use them when I'm sitting at the computer all the time, which I am. So, I do it on lives, but normally I'm trying to avoid lighting up all the time. So, mint imperials, it's what Dad did as well when he used to smoke. But it's not. I've still got the mint in my mouth. I haven't got to the back of my throat. But like the aroma had hit the back of my throat, and literally I stopped breathing. I didn't choke. I wasn't choking on it or something. I literally couldn't get my breath. And I did it again, and so I haven't had any since. Give me a sec, guys. Yeah, it was. Just give me a second. I've got to find this bag because it's irritating me that I can't get hold of my stuff. Give me a second. Success. Success. Let's take this off there. There we go. There we go. One of those people that eats 3 extra. I love extra strong mints. I daren't put one in my mouth now after what happened with the mint imperials. I don't know what it was. It was. I might. I've got my review next week. Actually, I might ask. See if there's a logical explanation for it. Oh, I hate Ryvita. First fave, Sega's Don't Stop Bleeding. There you go. I watched a video on tin tomatoes, and the thing is, I am very much. I kind of follow the Anthony Warrell Thompson thing that if it's stuff like that for ingredients, I use tin tomatoes all the time. But I put them in stuff, so I'm adding to them, you know, and I use tomato puree, and he's got herbs and spices, so it's like I always buy the cheap kidney beans, just got to cook them longer to soften them. Oh, pistachio ice cream, hell yeah. I've just realised why I've just had this message, because I've seen the conversation. Rocky Road, I love Rocky Road. I love the Morrison's do an awesome Rocky Road sort of snack as well. I want to marry that dessert. Is it single? Ryvita. It is. No matter what you put on it, you can't you can't improve. Sarah, you made Sully wake up and he started barking when he heard Seg singing. Sorry. Apologise to Sully for me. Guys, heads up. Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Pretty good. How are y'all doing?
All they've been talking about since I started is food.
Yeah, I was watching the last little bit of it. Yeah, so you guys are on the food corn section.
Sweet section. It's been the whole life. Sweets, cakes, ice cream.
Oh man, I just thought I'd pop up. I know you've been on live for a little bit already, so I thought I'd just come say hi real quick.
Dropping in, say hello.
But yeah, I was like, did you guys was watching Jeff's live last night? That because I saw Mike's video, but I didn't watch the whole thing. And did you guys see the rest of the Mike's video and what happened with the what's the guy's name?
Oh, Hope.
What's that guy's name? Yeah, Hope. Did y'all see what he actually did?
I saw the bit about him telling her to send voice clips to him.
Yeah, the guy basically said he wanted to unalive himself, and and how does he get in contact with him to basically get things set up so that way people can use the app to contact them. And then you would think the guy would come back with, Hope would come back with, hey, please don't reach out for help, blah, 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 blah. Instead, he comes back with, hey, I will have to touch base with you to get some audio recordings from you. Let's set it up, things like that. Like basically just kind of like helping the guy out with what he wanted to do. It was just really shocking. Never seen anything like that in my life. Or
It's,
something doing paranormal.
I'm kind of two ways about it because I think the sort of stuff that Hope and Huff do anyway, I already think that they're crap. Do you know what I mean? I mean, yes, it was next level what he did, but I don't know. It's just beyond. It's beyond anything to me that they do what they do anyway. You know, especially within. I think it was Hope actually that within 24 hours of Vanderbeek dying, he did a bloody spirit box.
Yeah. And this lady, the Guthrie woman, she hasn't even been found alive or dead. So, hoping she's not alive for her sake, and also it would prove that he's full of shit. But he's like Hope is like the smaller one. Huff's the big guy. Yeah. He's like the Timu Huff. But he should have offered the guy assistance or help, something like that. But no, he basically said, okay. You know, I know he wanted to get audio clips, probably to turn it into AI as well.
Yeah, there's other thing I suppose the cynic in me might think that he's also put all that out to try and encourage other people to send him to do the same thing, you know. So
yeah, unless I think Wisdom said that it could be himself. It could be one of his alternate accounts, and he could be writing himself like that, couldn't he? It could be all Frank.
That's what I mean. He could have done it to try and encourage other people to do it. Oh, that person's done it, I'll do the same, you know. I agree, Sage. The trouble is, both Hope and Huff and all the other ones, if you go into their comments, because sometimes it's like when Ozzy died and they were doing it, I went into the comments and I thought people would really hammer him. I think that was Huff. Hammer him because of doing the spirit box for Ozzy within 24 hours. But they weren't. They were like, oh, hell yeah. You know, the comments aren't reflecting. He's probably deleting the ones that are moaning, but the comments
I think he is.
Not reflecting anything, you know? Guy from Hope is a scumbag, so I can't.
Hey, everybody in chat, by the way.
Stu says it was funny watching Dana lose her shit.
Yeah.
Sheila, the original video was Mike from Real Evidence. I think he released it yesterday or the day before. So check Mike's channel out for the original video on his debunk of the Hope situation.
Yeah. I had no idea it was going to take that kind of fucking bad twist.
It's the trouble is it's ambiguous, isn't it? It's I tell you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of that case where I think the guy did go to prison for it, but it reminds me of that case where this guy was cannibal and somebody who wanted to die actually offered himself. And legally it made it very... I think the guy did go to prison for not for very long because legally it had been arranged by the victim, if you see what I mean.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
He took the comment down.
Yeah, Mike did a really good job. He reversed the clips and showed that basically the guy was using some woman's voice from some kind of like health clinic thing, because you hear the word abortion and all these medical terms. He must have took somebody's audio from some YouTube video, reversed it and clipped it up, and Mike showed all that. Really good work. But it was funny. Last I was watching Jeff's live stream, I had a moment where they were listening to Hope was doing his thing. He's playing the little box, and you're hearing sounds come out, and we were all laughing about it, But I had a moment where I was like, guys, this is ridiculous, but this is exactly how I look at the spirit box as well. It's easy to it's funny to laugh at somebody doing app stuff, and I will say Hope and they were absolutely ridiculous. And I think apps are ridiculous, but it is funny how it's accepted in our world, in the paranormal world, that spirit boxes are okay. Like, oh, that's legit. Because I made a joke in the chat. I said, he's not even using a proper radio. And I think some people thought I was being serious. And I wasn't. I was actually saying, it's people say, oh, the apps suck. Well, yeah, but I think I'd rather use apps than radios because I think radio is even more ridiculous. But this is not. But when Jeff said something very in particular, and I love Jeff. This is not having to go at Jeff at all. This is just it sparked a conversation in my head about it when he said something like, because he disagreed. Because I said something about spirit boxes, like I think spirit boxes are. What did I say, Sarah? I forgot what it was. So yes, I think spirit boxes are just as bad as apps because this and that, right? And Jeff disagreed, which is fine, totally fine. But he said something like, he goes, I don't see. He said something like, oh, that's right. I'm sorry, you're off track. I said that I think it's irresponsible to run spirit boxes on an investigation because that can give people that are watching, like that have mental problems, they see you doing that and they think you're talking to ghosts. And he disagreed, which is fine. And he says something like, with a spirit box, you can see if something comes through, just in case something comes through. And I was thinking about that last night. I was like, you know what, man? I see what he's saying on his behalf, right? But here's the problem. Here's the problem with spirit boxes. I'll say this much. The problem with spirit boxes is if you're going to say that and say, I'm going to run it to see what comes through, right? I would respect that more if he had it on like one AM channel that was pure static, and let's just play it and see if anything comes through, right? I could see that, even though I don't believe it, I can see that. The problem with spirit boxes is you're taking active stations like AM and FM stations, you're sweeping through them, so you're getting all these, first of all, radio stations, people. It's all it is false positives. So when you sit there and turn it and sweep through them, and I heard this, I heard my name, I heard my pet's name, blah, blah, blah. You do that, I think that to me is very irresponsible. This is not, again, not towards Jeff, just in general. It's very irresponsible because those are radio stations. And when you're sitting there going, oh, I heard my aunt's name, or I heard the person that died here. No, you didn't. Those are radio stations. So, but I think if we're talking about mental health and stuff, if you're running these spirit boxes and saying, oh, I heard Susan. Yes, Susan got shot here. There's a lot of people that watching that have mental health problems. They see you doing that and they go, wow, man, you're talking to all these ghosts. There is an afterlife. Maybe I should go ahead and do that thing. You know what I mean? And I just think it's irresponsible to do that because it's active radio stations. So I don't know. I just wanted to get that rant out because I just think if we're going to do spirit boxes, just put it on a static station and then we'll see if anything comes through. Probably not, but yeah.
The thing is, that's what I don't get about them insisting you have to sweep through the radio stations. That never made sense to me. Because it's a bit like sweeping. You want to hear your favourite song, so you keep sweeping through radio stations to try and find it. But the chances of actually finding it at the time you hit a radio station, they could have played it before or after, or some other radio station might be playing it at the time. You're probably less likely to hear your favourite song if by sweeping station to station than you are just sticking with one or two stations that are most likely to play it. So I never got the argument that you have to sweep through to find the ghost, because surely that means if and I don't believe they do, by the way, but if they did come through the spirit box, you're less likely to catch them because you keep moving. You're basically trying to hit a moving target.
They're doing it wrong.
If you're going to use I think you should be using something that's pure white noise anyway. No radio station anywhere.
Right.
But yeah, find a spot that has. I would love to see somebody do that. Actually, just find a channel that has no radio station on it, and use the white noise. That's what they keep saying. Is it's the white noise that becomes. I don't like spirit boxes.
Yeah. If it's the white noise, and that's what happens. You put it in a Faraday bag, or a Faraday box. I had a moment with Mythos. It was actually kind of cute because when Mythos had bought a spirit box, he bought the noise gate. Which if you guys don't know, the noise gate is what takes away the static sound, right? and he put the noise gate on there, and he was like, "Bro, I don't. There's, it's not working." And I was like, so he sent me pictures. Because it's a kind of a complex thing. He had a noise gate hooked up to it, his wires. I made sure everything was. I was like, dude, everything's hooked up correctly. But what it was is he had the noise gate turned up too much, which was suppressing the radio stations. So once he turned that back down, guess what? The ghost came back. And that's what's funny about and that's the reality of it, because you put it the same with the Faraday bag, you put it in there, no ghosts. It's just static. But that's no fun, is it? That's no fun. So that's why they want to put on FM or AM stations, so that way you at least have words to garble up and then act like you're talking to ghosties.
Yeah, exactly. It's to further the narrative. That's all both spirit boxes and apps are used for.
The part I think a lot of people don't talk about is it's just good for a video, isn't it? That's why apps are fun. The what's that other one called? The $700 thing you can buy. God damn it! I always forget the name of that thing. But anyway, it's an instant gratification, but it's also very fun for videos. But it kills me when people that use Spirit Box talk about apps. Oh, apps are stupid. But meanwhile, back to my radio. Like, I don't get that. But they're doing it. But by the way, you're doing it wrong, because if you go back to the original ITC guys, they used to hone in on a certain frequency, like 566 on the dial. That's where I think I'm getting ghosts at. They used to hone in on a certain frequency. And I think in 2003, whenever that fucking guy invented the current Spirit Box, that's when they started flipping through channels. And that's when I'm like, dude, you're doing it wrong. Just because that guy said it, and now it's taken on storm, but it's just garbled radio. But see, it's my whole point, though, back to what Jeff said. Let's just say if ghosts could come through the radio, right? Let's just say they could. You're fucking it up by changing the stations, because now you can't tell what's a ghost and what's a radio station.
Exactly.
There's so many false positives.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Find one spot where you don't know there's no radio station there. Use that. Then you can't. Nobody can use the argument, "Oh, you're hearing a radio station." Doesn't make any sense to me. I've left Stu's comment up there. I don't know what's worse, videos or the comments from seriously thick people. Well, that's the problem. That's what Crow's saying. The problem is these things are still accepted because these people are still using them. And then they're getting encouraged, and people think that they're okay to be used.
But the problem with the Spirit Box, though, is that you just can't validate it, or you can't confirm whatever you just heard was from a station or not, which I know it is. The facts are stubborn things, aren't they? I know that's a radio. You can't argue that. That's a radio. When you hear people's voices, those are people from radio stations. That's a fact. You can't despite that's now if you want to say there's ghosts coming through, that's on you to prove that. But in the normal world, outside of paranormal, that's ridiculous. It's only in our world where it's ridiculous to say, "Oh, to say that it's not ghosts." In our world, it's absolutely ridiculous to say it's not ghosts. People get actually almost offended by it. But in the normal world, they're like, "What are you fucking talking about? Dead people come to the fucking radio? You're fucking nuts." So it is a lot. It's funny how I think the paranormal world is much of a belief that people are rung into, and they think like that. They can't. They're wired like that, aren't they? But that's why you have to push back on these things to make them think like, hey, maybe me sitting there with the radio stations flipping through the stations isn't a fucking ghost. Maybe it's not.
Well, the other thing is, if it's AM, I don't know how much it's still used, because we're in a different age now. But I know that in the past, our AM band here in the UK, there was a chunk of it that they didn't allocate any radio stations because they were used by emergency services. So other people would be using it, not all the time. I don't think they did it on FM. I think it was only on AM. So there's other things that can come through on those frequencies, even if it's not a radio station. Sorry, just crow in the chat here. But it's also the thing that we've said time and time again, that the problem is you've got these big channels using these things. So people who want to start doing ghost hunting and don't, for want of a better word, don't know any better, are watching these and thinking, that's the way to do it. I need a spirit box. You watch something. I mentioned this the other day. It was a while ago, but you were on a live and we watched this team and they were investigating outside. They'd only just started. And we could pull it all apart, but I remember you saying, you were looking at them saying, I don't think they're actually intentionally faking. They just don't know any better. New to this.
Right.
They've seen other people use a REM pod and, a spirit box, etc. And so they were they'd learned from the wrong people, And I don't think they were intending to do anything wrong, but they're so misinformed.
Absolutely, that's it. They're watching all this stuff, Zach Bagans and YouTubers. They think, okay, well, there's the cat balls and REM pod. There's this, there's that. Let's go do this. But it was funny. I've had people say, which really angers me, that people say that we can't tell the difference. Well, sometimes they're not fake. Sometimes they're just Yeah, I think I can totally tell. Me personally, I think it's easy to spot. I found a team last night that went to the Garnet House. And it was awesome watching these guys at the Garnet House for like 2 hours, and it was fascinating because you know what, these guys were they were young, but they weren't fake. But they were absolutely buying into the cat balls, every spirit box thing, the dolls falling down. They bought into it all. But I could tell they were just naive. Yeah. But it was like, hey, I could tell. You could tell when somebody's putting. I think you could tell when they're putting it on, compared to. It's just how they believe. We can't tell the difference. There are nuances to this, but
it's almost like Ghost Hunter starter pack, isn't it? I think that's what they need.
Yeah, exactly.
Stu says anyone who claims they know the afterlife is 100% real is dangerous. Doubt is good; it keeps us alive. Well, that's what I was thinking about the Hope video that Mike did. If whether this person was real or not, whether it was him doing it or whether it was somebody who had actually contacted him, it's kind of saying that, all right, they were threatening that they were going to unalive themselves, but they were clearly confident that they weren't going to be. It wasn't going to be the end for them, And that's what a lot of this does. It's like and we haven't got proof yet. Just get coffees. No, Wendy's. Spirit boxes or not, you should never use this device with or against people who are missing or may have passed. Yeah.
True. That's just it. To me, you're trying to talk to the owner of the house, or the people that was killed there, and you got fucking FM stereo strapped to your head, and you're going oh, we're solving a crime, or we're talking to the person that died. That's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of eerie to me because without the spirit box, without the devices, it's just dead silent in these houses with just natural house sounds. But then you strap on this stereo and all of a sudden magical ghosts come out and you're getting all these things, and it's kind of creepy to sit there and act like you're talking to people that died there. I think that's irresponsible. But that being said, my friends that use spirit box, I don't think they look at it like that, and I understand why. I'm not having to go with them, but I think we need to kind of rethink the way we look at this and go, you know what, this is kind of irresponsible. To just put on. That's like me taking a TV station, and like take a TV, right, and just flip through the TV stations and act like I'm talking to I don't know. You know where I'm getting at, guys. Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah. James says, if we're not really sure what ghost is, how do we have the can we have technology that finds them? This is my constant. This is my constant whinge. It's the word. It's the terminology that goes with it. Haunted. Any occurrences are going in, you're expecting to find evidence of people who've passed on and communicating with people who've died, etc. I don't question a lot of paranormal occurrences. I've experienced a lot myself, but I've never automatically assumed. that it's somebody who's died. You know, it could be. There are other explanations. There are weird things that happen. I fully believe that and I've experienced that. But I've never once thought, given that as the explanation, we go. People go in thinking, oh, this place is haunted. Such and such died here, and then when something happens, a knock or something through the spirit box, that's who it is. You're right, James. You can't have the technology that finds them because we don't know what it is.
If you want to do ITC, I think it's better just to use a frequency on a channel that doesn't have any activity on it. Let this, on the, y'all's terms, let the spirit have a chance to speak, right? Let it have some room to speak. When you're flooding it with active channels and active, it's Bon Jovi playing and fucking weather reports, you're not really giving them a voice, are you?
Exactly. If say you did have a spirit, if you did have a spirit trying to get through, that's what I mean about I don't understand why they sweep the channels, because you could turn it on and the spirit might be thinking, oh, I'll talk, and they've moved on by the time it said anything. You leave it on the channel. Hey, sweet goth. Crow the chat.
I seen it, Sheila. I'm sorry, I just pulled the chat up. Sorry, guys. I saw Sheila said that. What equipment do I think? I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if you could capture a ghost with equipment that we have. But I know one thing. I wouldn't trust a device that it's not very like the people say. Oh, you crap on the equipment all the time. Yeah, because the equipment sucks. It's just as simple. The K2 meter, it sucks. It doesn't gather data, doesn't collect data, doesn't tell you why it went off. All you go is the light went off. That's all you know. But it's just bad equipment. But yeah.
This is why I don't know if he's still in the chat. Wes was in earlier. I know they've got a school run. But this is why I like APRF, because most of what they're doing isn't looking to capture evidence of a ghost. It's looking at the environmental factors in which these things are purported to occur. That you can measure. That's the better way of doing it.
APRF, man. Do you see what he was wearing on Mason's live podcast? He had some Judas Priest top. It was awesome, man. I swear he was wearing Daisy Dukes under there. He just didn't stand up.
Solarican says, I stand by my Etch-a-Sketch Spirit Talker and Paranormal Spider-Man Viewfinder. There you go.
Bye, Sky.
How far behind am I now? Debbie's trying to find food. Maybe it's aliens. Could be anything. I still think that we don't know what it is. Like I said,
true that.
I don't know what they were. I mean, I've seen a full body apparition. I believe I have. Definitely saw something. But I've never once called it a ghost. That's why I use the term full body apparition. Definitely saw somebody that wasn't there. So I looked.
Yeah, I would never take anybody's personal experience or try to debunk their personal experience, because that was your thing, So.
And I never, by the way, I never believed in seeing them. As many as paranormal experiences I'd had. But I tend to think if that was genuine, and I've tried to debunk it millions of times because I actually don't believe in seeing this stuff. But I tend to think, well, it could be anything. It could have been just a snapshot from the past, or I didn't once think, oh, that was a ghost. Oh,
Yeah, contaminate like the only thing contamination. That's what the spirit box is just it's so messy. I think it's a hot mess, isn't it? It's just radio stations and it's garbage. It's really garbage. And then when you're sitting there letting the stations go by and you're I heard this, I heard that, I heard this. Yeah, yeah. By the way, you're gonna hear all kinds of fucking things. You're gonna hear your name. You're gonna hear your fucking grandma. You're gonna hear a cuss word. You're gonna hear because you're just chopping up words.
Mm.
So when people say, "Oh, yeah, well, there was something weird that came through." Yeah, because if you sit there long enough, you're gonna fully, especially if you're in the paranormal. If you're looking at this, this is the problem with any kind of belief system. When you're looking at like I look at a radio as a radio, right? For what it is, the technical science on a radio. But if you're a paranormal person, you're looking at it through the scope of the paranormal lens. And when you're looking at that radio through the paranormal viewfinder, you're twisting reality, and all of a sudden, oh, these are ghosties, and that's irresponsible. I'm sorry, it's not ghost. It's not ghost until you prove it's ghost. It's not ghost.
You don't know what it is.
Yeah, I heard this. Yeah, but that's again, if you're in the paranormal mindset, thinking that ghosts are coming through, yeah, you're going to sit there long enough and tell yourself, oh, this came through. This came through. In reality, it's just stations. That's a fact. You cannot argue with that. When you hear words through a spirit box, that is radio. That's a fact. Until you prove it otherwise.
Well, Wes says, I think Crow hit the nail on the head when he says there's no way of differentiating between any radio station and alleged paranormal voices.
High five, Wes.
See, I don't even like the word paranormal. I think I grew up with the word unexplained because I did read a lot as a kid. Still got the big encyclopedia I had. But it was always unexplained, not paranormal or supernatural. And I think part of the problem is the word. I know what the definition of paranormal is. It's not normal, but we associate paranormal with ghosts. Call it unexplained, please. I'd love that.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Turn your REM pod into a theremin. So much more entertaining. Sheila says, Crow, what ghost hunting device do you trust for real evidence?
Oh yeah, that's what I said a minute ago. I was saying I don't know if there is I don't know if there is a. Hell, sometimes I wonder if cameras are even capable. If we're catching something like that. We don't know yet. But like you said, APRF. I do love what they millimeter is really good to use. But I know that Wesley likes the millimeter. But again, these are more environmental things. But I love when Wesley from APRF, the claims were that a horse would gallop through. You could hear a horse galloping through, or to the Knowlton Castle, or whatever. So he put an actual what was it called? Some kind of thing he stuck in the ground that measured vibrations to see if maybe there was some kind of rumbling in the ground that would make people think that a horse was running through or something like that. I'm probably fucking it all up, by the way. But stuff like that is really cool to me. And also data loggers, keeping records so that we can go back and reference, things. So I love stuff like that.
Stu says, my mother came through to me and she had a message. Here's Bruno Mars with his new single. Rob says, Crow, you're so sexy when you're hunting.
Oh, Rob, making me blush, big boy.
Sweet God says the device is still feel like scammers found a way to scam scammers if they're going to believe that there's money to make off them. Yeah. Stark is a happy cat now. I can hear your voice.
Starky, meow meow. Stark is adorable. By the way, there is an awesome pet thread in the Facebook group where people are posting their pets. It's really cool. So maybe I should pin that to the top so it's more accessible.
Yeah.
If people want to post their pets.
Yep. We used to be able to listen to police radio on normal FM. Or was it FM, Stu? I thought it was AM. Yeah, you could. That's what I mean. It could be anything coming through. It doesn't even have to be a radio station. I'm behind, aren't I?
Of course you are, Sarah.
I was doing
Together.
great. Hey, Cynthia. Yeah, that's a better analogy than I had, actually, sweet God. I don't know much about ghosts, but the radio thing to me is like flicking through a book really fast, picking random page and a word on the page, and aha, it's a ghost. Yeah.
Yeah, same kind of concept, isn't it? Because it kind of hit me when I was watching Mike. What he was doing, he was putting the voice into his editing software, and he was breaking down. I was like, I wish we could do that, which we can't. Put every radio station in a software so you can see every station and what's going on, and that way, when something pops up, say you heard the word, I heard the word, I heard Grove Judas. I could go back at exactly 7:13 a.m. and go and scan through and see where that came from. Matter of fact, my friend David Sear, some of you guys know David Sear. I did a video, and I featured him in a video where he was running a spirit box, okay? He kept hearing a kid's voice, all right? What he did was he tracked back to the stations, and he found that voice. It was a station that was doing some kind of kids thing, and it was like a Mickey Mouse type voice. And that's what it was. Every time it swept through all the way, he would hear it every couple minutes. It was that one station with the kid voice. And he was just saying, hey, guys, be careful. Because you might think you're hearing this, but he actually found exactly what he was listening to. But my always thing is this, too. Just because you change the stations doesn't change the source. So if it's 93.3, hit Kicker FM, and there's 95.5, whatever, that's still, the signal is still the same. Just because you're changing the stations doesn't mean you're doing anything to the original signal. Sorry. I'm fucking exhausted. I'm exhausted with this shit, man.
Guys, Ryan has that video. I haven't watched it yet, but I do know that I saw it on my feed. Ryan does have a video of that incident on his channel. So head over to Spook. Somebody can link Ryan's channel to Spookfest in the chat. That would be awesome.
So sweet face. I love it. Ryan's awesome, man.
Yeah. Knows his stuff as well. God, he knows his stuff. It's
yeah,
like,
he does.
Hey Elaine, it's Elaine in. Hey sweetie, how you doing?
Hello.
I think that's what I think Mythos tried that, didn't he? He tried an old portable TV when he was in York, yeah. You know the live stream that Raven clipped where he's like, choke me, daddy.
Oh yeah, choke me, daddy.
it was that live stream, and I'm sure he found an old portable television, you know, one of the old ones.
Yeah,
He used as an experiment to see if anything came through. Nothing did, I don't think.
No. By the way, so Strata Ghost made an app, and he actually put me and Seg and about 100 YouTubers into this app. And what it does, it's like a spirit box, but for video. So what it does, it'll play. You hit play, and it switches through videos on YouTube. It's pretty crazy, but he put me and Seg in there as well. It's pretty weird. But so what you're seeing is it'll play. It'll say play 3 seconds of Sarah. It'll play 3 seconds of me. It'll play 3 seconds of oh my gosh, whatever the channels are. And it shows you. It's like a spirit box, but for video. And it's kind of fascinating because when you do that, it does make some interesting sentence combinations because you're taking a bit from this video, a bit from this video. So yeah, I thought it was kind of funny. But is it paranormal? Fuck no. All you're doing is just smashing things together, and that's exactly why I'm against the spirit box. Now, ITC, if you want to be for like actual like, can ghosts come through a device of some kind, I mean, like a baby's monitor or something, possibly, who knows? But I would respect that way more than just flipping through the stations. So
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wish people would try, at least if they're going to use stuff. I mean, I agree with what was just said about the sort of analog TV. Try something old. So try something that isn't so complicated, that isn't going to pick everything up, that isn't attached to the internet. You know.
right.
Sheila says personal experiences were the most legit to me regarding paranormal. Media video evidence is caught, but when you experience the paranormal, you don't have a camera handy. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why I think people's stories are important, and I know that they can't be proven. I know that we have to trust the person that's saying it. It's what the Believe in Me project's about. But as somebody with personal experiences, and I always try and debunk them, you know, it's why I think they shouldn't be ignored. Because, you know, oh, thank you, Sky. Sky's been very generous today.
Sky.
Just for when you go live, Chrome, I've given my free gifteds today, so it usually means yours too.
By the way, if you saw or not, Big Rob, gets 10 memberships as well.
Is he? That's how far behind.
Yep, sure.
Oh my god, 10 minutes behind the chat. Rob, you are a legend. Wow, Sarah's far behind. Thanks, Deb. Could have added to that because Crow's on. Full on shot. I've seen a shadow person as well. Oh, actually, I remember you said that story the other day. Other people had seen it. I don't know what it was. You know, I call it shadow person. That's what people call them. But Wes said the Daisy Dukes ride up too much when I'm sat down, and it's just plain old suspenders. You need to.
I forgot what Wesley's told. I said something about his shirt he was wearing. I forgot what he said. It was so fucking funny where he got that top from. Anyway, I'm sorry for Randy, guys. I got a fucking thing for the spirit box.
No. Trying to find the. Thank you, Rob. You treasure. You absolute treasure. Thank you for that. Rob's a diamond. And thank you, Sky, for all the gifteds you've given today. Just let me. Sage Ratton. Yeah, Sky's given a few today. And Mike, oh, hang on, I don't think I've hit that one yet. Mike O's given some. Mike O.
Hey, Mike, how's it going, buddy?
I didn't say hello to Mrs. Prism either, so hey to both of you. Some paranormal experiences are so in your face and no other explanation. It's rare, but I've had those experiences more than once. Yeah. I mean, most of mine have been on my own. I have had experiences where I've been with somebody, but the only time I've ever seen something move on its own, there were about 5 saw the thing at the same time.
There's a few cases that I believe that, well, if you want to include alien stuff, there's quite a few. But as far as paranormal, as far as ghost stuff, there's a few that, and I don't want to say because I want to do a video on these, so I'm kind of holding them. They've been talked about before, but very rarely. There are some where I think, okay, yeah, I completely believe something happened there. But I think it's just rare. Like Sheila said, when it happens, you don't have a camera like right there because it just happens so fast. But I still think it happens. But then again, we don't know what it is. But I still think it happens. But there's, like I said, a few cases that I always, when I doubt the paranormal, I look back into these certain cases and I go, wow, I think this is the real deal. And I've been putting off doing a video on these forever. Maybe when I catch up, I can start at least doing the holy grail of the paranormal stuff that I've always held dear to my heart. I'll put that out eventually. I know a lot of people will push back on it and go, "Oh, you're crazy, man. Why would you believe that?" But this particular case, I fucking believed. So,
It's that's why I prefer the word unexplained. Sometimes I think, even in the past when people have said stuff to me, I think I don't doubt that you've experienced this. Most of the time, I don't doubt people that they think they've experienced something. You just
Right.
can't explain it.
Yep.
Hey, Ingrid, would you post the Arch PC wallpapers? I can sort that out in the Discord. I'll make a note of that. Children of the Crow. Yeah, enter if you dare. The admin take no responsibility for the boss. Just know that again, Crow. Guys,
Thank
if you're not
you.
interested in the Crow and you're going to apply and you've got a different name on Facebook, it's quicker for us if we know who you are. Because if you just leave a little note to say, oh, I'm Mr. Prism on Facebook or whatever, on YouTube. Especially if it's a new account. I like Sweet Goth being in the chat because of what she deals with cults and things. It's
Oh yeah.
different perspective, Scammers
Oh,
working.
sweet.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, so Sweet Goth. We're not. We're not a cult. I promise. In our Facebook group, it's been a running joke with the whole cult thing for years now.
She'll probably come in the chat saying that's the first thing they say. We're not a cult.
Yep. That's it. I'm falling right into the trap.
Scammers work to gain your trust. If they wore a mask, you'd not trust them as much. Hence, that's why scammers recruit your family and friends to target you. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, I'll throw the joke. I saw Ryan's live yesterday. It's amazing. Yeah. It was only from yesterday, I think. So yeah, check that out on Ryan's channel. That's the Spookfest. Oh, thank you for link. Ryan's link. Crow the chat. Roger says early EVPs were done with radio cassettes tuned to dead air. You press record, play, and leave it alone. Oh, tape recorder. Oh, speak of the devil. Oh, hey, he's following you, Crow. Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason. How you doing, darling?
What's up, buddy?
Hang on. I'm trying to catch up a bit, guys. Hang on. Play the chat.
Get it together, Sarah.
Shush you. It's because people are actually talking about it rather than just going hello. My Alexa is bad enough when it randomly tells me something. Alexa's awful. It'll pick up on it. I don't use it, but when I didn't even know it was on my tablet until I was actually talking on the phone to a friend about having a headache, and all of a sudden this voice popped up. Oh, well, if you have a headache, what you need is Prozac. Oh, what? Where's that coming from? Is Crow going to start his own live too? That you don't never get anything but booyah. What I call booyah lives from Crow. It's like radio silence. Boom! There he is.
Yeah, I probably won't be going live today. I'm trying to get this video finished, and I've been reworking the bidet commercial because the bidet commercial, I just wasn't happy with it. So I want it to be a banger. So.
It's integral to the debunk, guys.
Yep. So yeah, this video is on Ghost Trip Investigation. It's gonna be kind of a crap video, but there's a couple of funny things. But the bidet commercial will be the highlight. So
it's not how you self-promote crap. It's gonna be a bit crap, but
I mean, it's nothing as near as good as the last video. So I just want to warn you, it's kind of a disaster, but.
I'm sure it'll be great. Mason says, I like personal experience that involve large groups of people who tell very similar stories. It makes the likelihood of fakery less likely. Still entirely possible, but less likely. Yeah, the problem though with that is, I say most of mine I've been on my own. So, you know, the argument is, and I only know this because of I watch a lot of true crime, so I kind of know a little bit of the theory behind it. But I know if Kenny was stepping in talking about false memory and stuff, and he will argue that, which is why I'd say I always point out a lot of my experiences. I was on my own, but he will argue that if you've got several people there, they will kind of feed off each other's stories, and the stories will align. So. Sheila, she probably did, Mason. She's doing plushies of everybody. If you look at sort of my avatar, that's one of them. I'm actually been doing videos using them for animating them. I'm doing a little TV skit show in episodes eventually with them. Sheila's happy to do them for everybody, but what I keep pleading to people, because so many people have asked her, she's been so generous about how many she's doing, it makes it a lot easier for her if you send her your picture, so she's not having to trawl around everybody's picture. She does have a folder in my Discord if you want to put it in there, or message her on Discord or on Instagram. She's been really generous how many she's doing. But I've tried to help with one or two of the pictures, but sometimes, especially if it's people in chat, not so bad with the content creator, but especially when it's people in chat, you know, she's having to spend a lot of time trying to source pictures. So, yeah, she will do the plushie if she's got the picture. Thank you, Mike. Oh, treasure.
Awesome, Mike.
Sarah getting behind. Oh my god, look at Seg. What? I'm less than I'm 9 minutes behind. That is not Seg level. That was harsh. That was harsh.
Hey, by the way, did you see Seg's video at the Sally House?
Do you know the bit I enjoyed the most? I don't know if it was the bit that he's going to want me to say, but the bit I enjoyed the most was the bit after the session, where he's sort of trying to conjure a demon, and when the three of them are sitting on the sofa, that was so funny.
Oh yeah. Kenny Bill's upside down.
Yeah. They start fighting, and Seg's playing a game, and Stevie's just sitting there with 1,000 yards. It's so funny.
You know, I haven't checked the comments. I wonder how many, if Seg triggered any people by what he did by trying to, you know, we call it, make the ghost. We call that, you know, yelling at the ghost to make him talk. He was
antagonizing them, yeah.
Yeah. I hate being stupid. I swear to God.
Embrace it. That's what I'll do.
But yeah, he tried to conjure a demon at the Sally House. It's a shame it didn't get more views, but man, it was funny as hell. He had the pentagram, the witch's spell going in the background. He even cut himself and bled on the Ouija board.
Guys, if you haven't seen, was it the Sally House character? Sally House, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Seg's latest video, and I think it's the last one he put out, yeah, check it out. And he's live tonight.
Again, because this really triggers me too. Again, they were there, just like the McIntyre Villa, just like every place he goes to, and you get to see it for what it is. It's just a fucking building. Mm. And Mason is in the chat. He went to Sally House to do some investigating, and he investigates the claims. But it was just a normal day. He was at the Sally House, walking around, like just checking things out. It's funny because when you see it through, when people go that don't have any kind of, like, what do you call it, paranormal, like, what's the word? God damn it, words.
Believe.
They're not trying to, they're not trying to sell you on that it's haunted. When you go there, just like walk around the camera, it's just a fucking house. It's just a fucking building. And Mason was there for hours, and he didn't fucking feel anything weird, see anything. I think he's a believer. But yes, second kid, they were there all fucking night. Nothing happened. As surprise, surprise, as usual. You take away the devices, and it's just natural house sounds. Yes, and homes, houses make sounds. Plumbing makes sounds. Air conditioning, if it's turned off. Electricity stuff. There's so many animals, so many things in a house that make sounds. Welcome to being inside of a building. Even Seg one night, he called me from somewhere, and he was hearing some sounds. He kind of got caught in the moment. He's like, you know what? If I was anywhere else, I wouldn't think 1 second of this. But since I'm at a paranormal location, he was questioning himself if it was paranormal.
Yeah, that's the trouble, isn't it? You're already in the mindset before you go in. Mason says he needs to make a spirit box that literally only plays Crow's voice, and that's a way of antagonizing the demons. I said top from a local sex shop clearance.
I swear, Wesley is a funny fucker, man.
He is. He is.
And shame, I'll admit it. I love my friends and love Joe, Vitali, and everybody, but APR are my favorite official.
Awesome. Guys, can one of you guys put my Discord link in the chat, please? So people want access to the plushie folder from there. Sarah, do you know any songs that use phasing? Phasing? Do you know what you mean?
I'm not sure what that means. Got me on that one.
The spirit box that sweeps sex episodes.
That would be highly annoying.
Don't use the singing ones. Just to clarify, Mason, they're digital, by the way. She's not making them. Aussie Cat, thank you so much for the $20 super sticker. You are a treasure. You are a treasure.
Oh, awesome,
And
Aussie Cat.
Orinoco says hi. My Rumble says hi. Where is the Discord? Somebody will put a link in there for you.
I hate Discord.
I'm rarely on it, but I'm finding it handy to use again because it's giving people, Streamer's got one place to put up plushies and stuff like that. So
Yeah. I know it serves a good purpose.
What I'm actually thinking of doing is the reason we started it in the first place, because although it's called Fantastic Phantoms, it was sort of me and Phil and Wes were sort of talking about it to somewhere for creatives to put their stuff. So I'm thinking of turning it back into that more, rather than it being a general community one. So there's a use for it, if you like.
Raven says we linked it 34 times. You're just that far behind. You didn't know.
Please don't discourage outside information and opinions and accept other people's opinions. Cults shut all that down and control the information. You're not a cult. There you go. There you go, Raven.
Cool.
First Mayo cult of Facebook. First and last. Towards Crow, do a live stream like you do. Thank you, Wendy.
What's that mean? I don't know what that means.
Waiting for
Oh, okay.
Um,
I wish I could do scheduled lives, man. I'm too much of I can't do it.
Actually, to be honest with you, it's getting to the point where I can't do more than 2 scheduled. But I struggle with the 2 scheduled ones. This one was delayed because I've got problems at home at the minute. So it's getting harder and harder to sort of stick to them.
Yeah, I have to be in the. I have to be in the mood. I can't predict what my mood's going to be like at that time, or maybe I'll have diarrhea 5 minutes before I start. That's happened before. Don't want that to happen again. You know.
Yeah, can one of the mods gets? Actually, I think I've still got his channel up. Stu's channel. I'll do it.
By the way, so who was it in my live stream last time said, "I'll send you an ass washer for $37 from Amazon"?
Yeah, I remember that. I can't remember who it was, but
Was that Ozzy Cat? No, it was Joe Beams, I think. I'll send you an ass
Okay.
washer from Amazon.
So
What does Stu do? What kind of videos does Stu do?
paranormal. Stu was on Justin's podcast a couple of weeks ago talking about the Hex and Heads.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I don't ever watch Justin's podcast.
No, well, who does? And he's going to come on to mine. He's going live as well. Stu lives not far from me. We're in
Ooh.
the same area, so there's the Discord.
By the way, I talked to Justin a couple days ago, and I had a good conversation with him because he's been investigating for years and years, but he had a night at 30 East Drive that he could never explain. And he's good at debunking and blah blah blah. He was there with multiple people, and the stuff he was describing to me, I couldn't offer anything either. And it was pretty amazing. And he said because of that one night, that's why he keeps going back. But there was basically there was knocking on the furniture that was in the room, like knocking on it, and knocking from upstairs. And of course, I ruled out the whole could it be anybody up there thing? There was people have access to windows, and the answer was no, no, no. Everybody was downstairs, but yeah, they had some stuff that happened there that you just really can't explain. And I didn't know. The only thing I could come up with is hey, maybe it was animals in the floor, or maybe it was pipes knocking. But he said it did not sound like pipes. But that's just the problem, isn't it? You never, he didn't catch. I don't think he caught it on tape. But anyway, he had some really cool stuff happen there.
I think when it's somebody like Justin who's skeptical enough not to, take it as read that it's paranormal. I mean, I'm very skeptical about 30 East Drive, but at the same time, there's the odd person like Justin who said that they just don't know, rather than, I mean, a lot of people, they keep going back, and it drives me nuts that they keep going back, but some people have actually said that. Look, the TNA Cats shirts you got for Kenny and Stevie.
TNA. Oh God, is that? Do they have that on?
I can't remember them wearing them.
The tits and ass shirts? I didn't even realize that.
I can imagine the comments from people concerned that Seg was conjuring up demons. I'll pray for you. I do check Seg's comments, and I haven't seen any, but it doesn't mean I haven't checked them today, so it doesn't mean there's none of them shown up. And the cameo from Ian, yeah.
Oh, that was great. But man, I watched Seg's video from Steve's House of the Dead. It's one of the most insane videos I've ever watched in my life.
He hasn't released it yet, has he?
No, it's fucking insane.
Everybody is going to need to watch that when it comes out. Everybody.
Yes. Yep.
Pulse reviewing, guys. When Seg releases his House of the Dead video, you have to watch it.
Yep. It's never been done before that I know of. That somebody's done this, and it was absolutely just pure insanity.
I can't wait to see the full thing. Sorry, I'm crying the chat. Hey, Wiz.
Hey, Wiz.
I think real paranormal only happens to those who aren't looking for it, and those who go looking for it and claim to find it are either mistaken or faking. I think sometimes people do go out to find it and find something or have an experience. But I mean, I say all of my experiences. I mean, I'm talking about years and years and years of a handful of experiences. But I can't think actually of any experiences that I've had, or not many where I've been expecting something to happen because I'm aware that I'm in a place. It's just it just suddenly happened.
Yeah, a lot of the more credible cases that I've looked into, the people weren't paranormal. A lot of them were like, I didn't even believe in ghosts before this happened, kind of thing.
Mm.
So when people say, and this is the part I don't like about when people go something, like Seg and some people like that goes, and they go, "Oh, you didn't catch anything because it was you. It was your energy." That's well, not really, because there's other people that have had pretty severe hauntings, supposedly, that were not believers before this.
Yeah.
And but also we have Joe Vitale, full unbeliever. Beardo, full unbeliever. I mean, Mythos, full unbeliever. How come when they go to these places, nothing happens magically like it happens to everybody else? I mean, Joe has had some stuff. There was the doppelganger. I love Joe, but I still give him crap with the doppelganger. Oh, Joe.
I like to say, like I said, as much as I've always been open to it, I never believed in seeing ghosts. Never bought into that. And I never disbelieved people who said they had. I just thought, you'd be mistaken or whatever. It was the one thing I was really skeptical of. And I have to say that when I saw what I saw, it was in a building that I was told was haunted, and I kept saying, "Nah, you get no vibes from this place. There's nothing." It was 9 o'clock in the morning. I was opening the place up. I don't know what I saw. I don't go to ghosts. I'm still behind. Jesus. Still 10 minutes behind. How's that happened? Fantastic.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Sorry.
It's not you, Debbie.
Oh.
I have a channel called Fantastic Feasts. There's nothing on it. It was Ryan's idea, actually. You do a food channel. Call it Fantastic Feasts.
Ah.
But I think it's Phil that started this. You should call it Fantastic Feats. No. Phil's responsible for a lot of crap, It's Tuesday's video. If Chip hasn't sent you off washer yet, I can send you one, but we need to send action. Aussie Cat will be washing my hair that day. Rob, Crow, any chance we can get a game live stream again? Remember the movie dubs? It was fun.
Funny you bring that up, dude. First of all, thanks for donating to Sarah. But
Yes,
also, yes, it's funny you say that. I was just recently thinking about that myself, man, and I totally. That's my favorite game. So let's do that really soon, like this week, maybe this week sometime or later this weekend. Yeah, I love that one because there's two. There's one where you can pick a line. There's one where you can type the line in. I think we should do the one where you type the line in. Last time I had a troll in there typing some pretty bad stuff, but I think I can go in there and kick him out. So if anybody just does start typing some weird shit, I can always. But I love the one where you have to type in the manual saying. So yeah, we'll do this.
That's more fun when you can type it in yourself, I think.
Yep, it's funny as fuck.
Thank
let's
you,
do
Rob.
that.
Treasure. So good to hear about Midwest Ghost Hunters. It's made my day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's funny as hell too.
He is.
That part, the camp. If you guys gonna watch this Sally House video, in case I won't spoil it because Ian shows up, but it's so funny when he does. But he's naturally funny on this video of the House of the Dead. It's fucking ridiculous.
Wendy, I did see a post on Facebook, a personal post by him. I just think he's going through some stuff right now. I think that's why he hasn't been live, darling. It was on his Facebook page. Didn't go into any info, but I think he's going through shit. I had a footsteps. I've never been to the Edinburgh Vaults, actually. Hey, Cass. Sorry, I'm crowing the chat, so I'm not reading out every single.
Hey, Cass.
Ryan says, I've been thinking I should debunk my own videos more, especially some of the stuff caught on equipment, but then I have those things not on equipment and the experience at the time I can't explain.
Right on. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing too. Maybe, you know, like I vowed to me, I take more seriously personal claims or things that happen without the equipment, you know. But I guess it's the eye of the beholder, isn't it? So I guess if the equipment stuff might be more relevant to somebody that believes the equipment compared to somebody like me, you know. And when somebody says, "Oh, it's active, crazy active," it was all devices. I'm like, okay, I don't want to bother with that. But not to say that, you know, everybody's just do their own thing. You know, if you got some stuff in your equipment, Ryan, that you think is cool, I would say go for it. You know, show your evidence, show why you think it's paranormal. You know, because I don't want to tell anybody what not to do. Well, maybe it's fear boxing. Just kidding. But you know what I'm trying to say.
And also, I mean, Ryan's just said it there. You know, sometimes you just can't explain it. The things I'm talking about that I've happened to me, I can't explain. I don't know if they're paranormal or not, but I can't explain them, and I have tried. I mean, that full body apparition one, I was trying to bloody debunk that for months. I was having the layout of the whole building in my head, where all the locks were, because I knew where everything was. And then I did start putting a video together for it a while ago, and I did a map of the building to show where everything was, and I found myself trying to debunk it again. You're always questioning it, and that's the way it should be. You're asking Crow how you get behind in chat, Sarah, really? Exactly. It's the reason it's called Crow in the chat.
Good one. Good one, Aussie Cat.
Yeah, most of my experience has been audio. The chat. I've got a whole mini library of strange occurrences in Edinburgh. Edinburgh is always, I think, if you see sort of paranormal shows, they will always say the three most haunted locations in the UK are London, Edinburgh, and York.
See, that would be cool.
Until I lived in that flat, nothing happened. But Edinburgh is more. I know people keep talking about the vaults. I haven't been to the vaults. That weird grotto thing over the river from Leith. I refuse to go to the vaults because I get annoyed at the wrong history being spouted. That's the problem. Is, you know, and I think that's one of the problems with York, because York has a lot of ghost tours, but they're very theatrical, typical tourist ghost tours. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
There's one here. There's one started up here, which if I was in better health, I'd book it. Because last time I saw it advertised, I went to the person's webpage. I don't know if it's the same person doing it now. And it's, as soon as I saw it say exorcist and psychic, I thought, okay.
Yeah, what was the psychic thing is like? Did you say psychic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm exorcist.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that tour's going to be historically accurate then, isn't it?
I'm over the psychic thing. I don't know. I want to supplement on your channel. But I do want to talk about. There's some episodes on sightings where they're showing because when I grew up, I assumed that psychics were helping cops. All these cases, well, there's a bunch of those cases on that sighting show we've been watching. So I want to do a night where we just watch all these psychic cop episodes and see what happens.
That would be cool. Wasn't there one case where the psychics claimed they knew where a body was, and it turned out I think it was a kid hadn't died.
Supposedly, and see, I said this to Kenny, and Kenny's like, because he did a big deep dive on it. He said he could not find any proof that they've ever helped in any case, and I'm like, that's damn, because I always grew up watching these shows thinking it was. So I'm curious to go back now with my mind now and see what information that they gave to the police. So.
Do you not think sometimes it would be the families, maybe them going to the families, and that's how they're getting involved, rather than...
Ooh, right.
Wisdom says, Crow, if you could do an investigation, where's the first place you would want to go?
Oh, damn. Where would I go? Where would I go? I don't know. I don't fucking know. That's a great question. I don't know. I used to say Dracula's castle would be kind of cool, but it's a lot different now, isn't it, Sarah? Like, it's been built up on, and I don't know if that'd be as fun as it used to be, but somewhere really, really fucking old and historic would be cool, with lots of history, lots of killing. Somewhere that would be like a hot spot supposedly for activity, if probably somewhere overseas as well. I don't go to the fucking Sally house or the Conjuring house.
I would love to go to Alcatraz and do a ghost.
There you go. Now that just in general be a fucking damn Sarah, you beat me on that. Was a great answer. Alcatraz would be amazing. Fucking hell. What a scary place that is.
Yeah, exactly. Just to go at all under those circumstances.
Yeah.
Crowd. Can you go to the town? You won't be able to. It's a royal building. You wouldn't be able to. Pretty limited with history in the States. You're not, though. That's the thing. That's what I get frustrated with it here as well, Mason. So this isn't a dig at the States, actually. I live in the county in England that has the most castles. Now, a lot of them are ruins, but has the most castles. And I could name off the top of my head 20 places you could go for nothing to investigate. 50 if I sort of thought about it a bit,
Well, those aren't haunted. If it doesn't cost much, it's not haunted, Sarah.
It's not haunted, exactly, So it's and I don't think the US is. I mean, all right, you haven't got probably our length of history, but you've still got the history there. I just think I get especially tired of it here. If anybody comes up to my area, they go 10 miles away from me, which is Chillingham Castle. They all go to bloody Chillingham Castle. It's like, just don't bother, or at least go there and maybe do another location that you can go to for free while you're up here. If you're going to travel all the way up where I am, the best way to find out, I have a lead on a location near me that was told to me by somebody local. That it's a long story and it involves a historian who actually said. Well, I've said this on the channel before, so Crow can hear it. The guy goes up there just for walking. It's just at the top of a small hill. It's about 3 miles from it, and like a small bit of woodland at the top of the hill. And he said he'd gone up with a friend, and he said, well, why are these sort of stones still in the ground? And apparently the friend had bumped into a historian a while ago, and apparently it used to be a location where they had an old tavern, because it's the main route from England up through to Scotland. And and it was basically a tavern that was people, thieves and vagabonds and highwaymen and everything sort of hung out in.
Yeah.
The desperate parts of society that hung out in. And people will talk about sort of seeing stuff up there, but I need to try and find the history out. Local knowledge, if you can, sometimes is better than, I mean, nobody knows about that location. It's only because I happen to be talking to somebody who told me that story.
Yeah.
Gettysburg would be a great place. Yeah, see, stuff like that. I mean, we've got Flodden Field. Yeah, there's bloody battlefields everywhere where I am, because we're on the Scottish border.
Ooh, Gettysburg. Yeah, that'd be cool. Even for the history. Ooh, Stonehenge. Well, I know Sarah's over the whole Stonehenge thing. Ooh, the Easter Island heads, the big heads.
Yeah.
I like to go there, and just feel the fucking power, The Aztec lines, those are pretty cool. The ones you can only see from above. The ones that the Aztecs made for the fucking alien gods. See, I'm very skeptical. I believe in paranormal as far as it goes. I'm very much more on the alien side of things, but I've had to kind of check myself from this past year with the alien stuff, because I grew up with the alien thing, so I have to admit that my alien mind, like my belief system, was really far out there on aliens. So I've had to kind of reel it back. I mean, which I still full on, but at certain things now I go back and go, okay, you know what? That right there was probably not aliens. So I'm trying to check my own self as well with that.
Any castle would be cool to explore. We've got them lying around everywhere. I've got one at the top of the road. Come to Weimering Manor, Crow, that's the place I've been to. I think that's the place that Elaine gave me a story for the yearbook, Weimering Manor. I saw a ghost of a young boy at the Tower of London. Yeah, that was debunked. Hit the news, though, because there's a security camera caught it, and it turned out that somebody messed up.
On that note, Stu, APRF, their first Knowlton Church video, at the very end, they show where at nighttime, if you're shining light in there, it'll make the shadow of a person appear on the wall. And they proved that, which I thought was very interesting, because they always people saw a head or a body through that window. Well, if you're shining light through there, if there's a certain light in there, it'll reflect, because of the way the stones are shaped, it'll make it looks like a person's body as a shadow. It's pretty cool, man. So
it's funny, because when APRF did that, there's an old I don't think it's a castle. It's more like a sort of stately manor, but it's fairly run down. It's not very big, and it's the locals will still tell you to this day, that if you, just as the sun's going down, if you look in a certain window, you will see a woman in white. And even way back when I first heard that story, I was like, so can you see it any time? No, only when the sun's going down. I think, well, if it's the sun when the sun's going down, surely that's the light hitting something. That was logical to me, It's part of their, I can't remember what it's, Slaley Hall, I think it's called. I think you might have to give up on Crow going live with Wendy's video at this point.
Wendy, I will soon, probably just later this week, though, for sure.
How about a Crossroads for North? I think that's basically what this place was originally that I was talking about near Alnwick. It was on the route from. It's next road. Stu will know the road. I mean, it's on the 696, the one that's parallel to the A1 that goes up to the borders. It's just off that. So yeah, when the whole Crossroads thing. Anyway.
Sarah, I had to run. I'm so sorry.
That's all right, darling. I'm not going to be on live much longer anyway, sweetie. But thank you for joining us.
No problem. It was a lot of fun, as usual. And
Well, you've had your rant.
yeah, I did. I didn't want to go live on my own channel. I just use yours. I'm just kidding. But that's cool. It's gonna be awkward. I'm gonna leave. It's gonna be a very awkward departure. But I
Alright.
love you guys.
Bye.
I'm trying to finish my video this week, and I'll go live later this week, and I'll see y'all soon. God damn, that was awkward.
Thanks for joining us.
All right.
Minnie. Okay.
All right, bye guys. Love you all. See you next time. See you
Bye.
soon. Toodles.
Toodles. Go trying to work out how to leave. Okay. Oh, was that Hampton Court? I was thinking it was Tower of London. There's also here, to the south of my county, is Hadrian's Wall. There's all sorts of stories at Hadrian's Wall. Phantom Roman soldiers and stuff. When I was young, I saw two faces in the corners of my room. I never told anyone. 20 years later, I met those people and the memories came flooding back. I never told them or anyone. There's one or two of my stories that I've only just started telling. The strangest thing that's ever happened to me, I don't think I've said live before. I've told Crow the story, but I'm frightened of telling it live. It might go up as a members to start up with. Because it's a bit contentious. But yeah, that's what I mean. Not everybody sort of spreads the stories. I don't blame you, Vicky. It's like people don't always say what they've seen. That's weird. It's especially weird when something that's happened so long ago and suddenly there's some sort of reoccurrence in some way that connects. That's strange. We love you, Crow Daddy. He's gone. Awkward departure, how unusual. It's the only departure he knows how to do. Awkward ending. So is this Neil Kielder? Kielder would be a good place to go. That was nice of Crow to go on your live stream. Yeah, he does occasionally. Yeah. Crow has an open invitation. He knows if he wants to come on. I never pressure Crow for times, etc. So if I'm live and he wants a link, he can have one. Phil knows the same. They're exactly the same as when I saw them 20 years ago. That sort of stuff I find fascinating when there's a follow-up, you know. Treasure's House in New York. Time Team. Is that still going? That was Aldrich, wasn't it? What's it called? Treasurer's House is just a building in New York. York is supposed to be really haunted. I lived in New York. Well, in York for 11 years, and last 2 years I lived in a flat that was potentially had a lot of stuff happen in it, almost a daily event, and not just to me. But generally, the stories I used to hear about York tended to be people who lived out in the countryside, not in the city itself. Yeah, it's like the Treasurer's House. I knew there was a story about that in York, but I didn't know where it was. I thought it was the Winter Gardens, actually. Roman excavation was in Newcastle near a Roman fort. I think it was, I don't know how you pronounce it, Segedundum, whatever it's called. Don't get arrested, Sarah. Okay, Rob, I'll do my best. um, hopefully the police won't come round tonight. Um, I did hint about the if people anybody that doesn't know that the Roman Hadrian's Wall was built from the west coast to the east coast of the UK. On the western side, it's parallel with Scotland, but my county is like a chunk next to Scotland. So we have Scotland to the north and the west, and it goes right along. And it was built by the Romans to keep the Scots out. And a lot of it's still there, but some of it's sort of not there anymore. And I did hear a story I think it was in Tynemouth. They were doing some building work, digging down for foundations, and they found what were pretty sure was parts of the wall. And the company were like, just don't tell anybody, because if they'd have found out, the whole building thing would have been shut down to preserve it. Oh, it's still going on YouTube. Yeah, Wallsend. Yeah, Wallsend's a bit further in. The story I'd heard was Tynemouth, but yeah, they didn't report it. I think you get the same on Hadrian's Wall as well. The one or two stories I've heard about Roman soldiers on Hadrian's Wall or around Hadrian's Wall, you can only see half of them because it's like they're walking on the level that they would have been at that point. More like 2000, founded by Romans, taken over by Vikings, and then further absorbed into England by the Normans. Yeah. We do have a very mixed history here in the UK. I never figured out why they didn't go all the way to the coast unless they did. Well, that's what I'm saying is, if the story I heard was true, I used to do Tynemouth Market. Tynemouth's literally at the end of, it's literally on the sea. So in theory, if they did build it from coast to coast, that's where it would have ended. And it was kind of a gossip thing that somebody they were doing some foundations somewhere and they thought they'd found parts of the wall, but they kept it quiet. I think if you go down to the Jorvik Centre, they built the settlement at the original level, have they? I've been for that for ages. It's bloody expensive. Manual history classes in school must have been a nightmare to study for. I never took history. As soon as I gave up history, I did. Ironically, because I minored in American history at college, but at uni. Marsden Grotto. Supposedly the steps aren't in good condition right now. Tell you what there is at Marsden Grotto. And part of that's fallen in. It's got amazing seafood. If you like seafood, it's got an amazing seafood restaurant at the bottom of the grotto. You can actually do an investigation there. I think Beardo was going to, but I don't know if he did it in the end because he stayed there when he went up there. Up here. Yeah, in most places the ground level's risen significantly. Yeah. Do you know, the underground is the other thing. There's some amazing stories on the underground, especially in the older stations. There's a lot of creepy stories about the underground. Wookie Hole. Sounds familiar. I'm trying to look out where it is now. Tell me where they are. Somerset. See, there are so many locations in the UK that you could go to without paying bloody stupid money. Apparently inside the pub where the rough walls of the grotto are, there's an ancient carving what looks like sea serpent. Oh, looks like Nessie. I've only been to the restaurant actually. I haven't been any further in it. Love the underground, one of my restricted interests. Yeah, I love the underground stories. The one of them, I think it's somewhere around the Westminster bit. I don't know if it's that particular tube station. It has got this sort of really old, creepy, small tunnels that you have to go. You use to go from platform to platform. I think they're part of what they use for American Werewolf. And I used to have to use. I've said this before, but I used to have to use. Oh crap! I can't remember the name of the station. One station in the business district a lot because a friend was working there, and it had huge escalators, really long escalators going down. And I also remember being at the top of there, and I used to go and meet up with her after rush hours, so it was just practically empty. And I never got to the top of those escalators. We started going down without imagining the bloody wolf walking into sight at the bottom. Thanks to American Werewolf in Holborn tube station. That's it. My mum's side is traced back to, I believe, mid 1500s Doncaster. They came into Massachusetts as early settlers. Yeah, the underground. Yeah, be an interesting deep dive that actually. Longest escalators are in Angel. Yeah, the Angel Islington ones are. It's just the Holborn one. I don't even know if they use Holborn actually because it's actually quite wide. It's a big station because there's so many offices around it. But my friend used to work at Imperial Cancer Research, which is on Holborn Square. So I used to go to the Holborn one we used to use that to meet up with her, and I swear I used to be at the top and used to imagine bloody wolf. That's just because of the movie. No problem, I can. I'm going to finish it. I'm coming up to 3 hours, so I'm going to end it. I need to make sure Mum's all right. It was Tottenham Court Road, yeah. Another one, because the ones in the real centre of London are the underground stations that are really deep in the ground, obviously, because they've got so much on top of them. So those escalators are long. Notre Dame's beautiful. I don't know what it's like now. I don't know if they're still publishing it, refurbishing it because of the fire. I accidentally walked into the abandoned Holborn to Aldwych platform once. No, yeah, I managed that. I hate the underground. Spent too long travelling to work on the tube. I didn't use it that much because I knew that central London like the back of my hand, and we knew that if we saw people, if we were on a longer journey, we would see people getting on at Tottenham Court Road and getting off at Regent Street. And the time it takes you to walk down to the station, find the platform, and then walk up again at Regent Street, it's quicker to walk it on the street. Stu's got a plushie. London Underground history is fascinating. Probably get some stories from Paris as well, I would have thought. Got the catacombs down there, but I mean, they've got a metro that goes deep down. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Vicky. You treasure. I really appreciate you. Thank you for that. Sarah, there's a YouTube channel run by people from the Museum of Transport in London that do vids on hidden bits of the underground. It's amazing. You know what the channel's called, Stu? Ancestry is interesting. My dad's family goes back to Denmark in the 1600s. I don't think I can trace mine back very far, especially not my dad's side, because my dad's great-grandparents. It was either granddad's parents or his grandparents, of what we call foundlings. So, the history stops there because they didn't know, who they were, where they came from. Nice one, Vicky. I want to do the DNA test though, Waze, if you can get. Yeah, nice one, Vicky. Thank you. It shows some appreciation for Vicky in the chat. That's awesome. 8 stops every morning, afternoon. Didn't last long on top of a 2 hour. Oh, top of a 2-hour coach journey. Oh, that's a bit I couldn't get. I will hold on. I'd like to see that channel. Night, Caroline. Thank you for being here, darling. Please get some rest. Yeah, if you go into the Discord, if you want to put a picture in the Discord, because Sheila's got a folder in the Discord, Sheila plus G's, I think I've called it. And if you put your picture in there, Sheila will plusify you. Actually, I need to put some pictures in there because I need Bristol and I need somebody else. I need. Oh, London Transport Museum, Sean. Okay. Also, I'll have a look at that. Yeah, I'm going to end it. We're at 3 hours. Thank you so much. This has been a great live, and yeah, nice having Crow on again. Ranting. He was in ranting mode, so it's like message me saying, "Hey, yeah, come on." If you haven't seen Crow's latest video on Crow's Theory, please show him some love. Please show Seg some love on the Sally House video he's just put on. Seg is live tonight, UK at 11:30. Ugh, I have to get up for it. So if you're around at 11:30 tonight, Seg's live. I will be doing some art streams. I'm going to be doing some more work for the Chariots of the Gods series. I found some awesome pictures, so that I want to make into mine. So that's what I'll be doing. So thank you for being here as well, Mason. I don't think we put the link in, but show Mason some love if you're not sub to Paranormal Engineer, please. And please show everybody that we've shouted out, sort of Stu, Mason, APRF, Rob, anybody else that I've forgotten. And I'll probably be doing an art stream tomorrow at some point, but with the way things are at home, it'll just be when I can fit one in and when I'm not bumping into too many people. So I will catch you all later. Awkward ending from me. Toodles!
Shapy Poo here. Fakers suck! Whoa, spooky party crashers! Hey, that's my good paint! Now you're just showing off! This is the best mess ever! Encore now, Ghost!
Singing my heart away, hoping for a better day. This song will light the way.
Hey everyone, welcome to my show. I'm your plush rock star host. Let's rock out with a song. La la la, feel the vibe.
A nice hot cuppa. Is it good? Is it good?
I am a paranormal monkey and I love knitwear. Oh yeah, baby, feel those woolen vibes. Jumpers forever.
I hate mayo on hot dogs. No, you have to try it again till you like it.